Last time, Conscript Group 14 received their rewards from Mad Maggie in Fort Knucklebone. For all they had done for her, she gifted them with 2 infernal machines, a massive scavenger that was functional but in poor repair, and a modified Devil's Ride in excellent condition. She gave them 5 soul coins to dispose of as they saw fit, and she provided information on the warlords of Avernus, fearsome individuals that roamed the wastes with fleets of infernal machines, seeking soul coins, spare parts, and vulnerable targets. She also offered 1 final free night's rest in Fort Knucklebone. While attempting to locate some of their belongings, stolen by the Redcaps and Madcaps that infest the fort, they provided aid to Barnabas the Flaming Skull with a dental problem. As the adventurers rested one final time before heading back out into Avernus, they were attacked by the forces of Fionor, one of the warlords who was camped outside the fort. A force of undead and fiends attempted to steal Quietus, the corpse-slayer longsword, from Falkrunn, but they were destroyed in the process, and Fionor fled, leaving one of her tormentors behind. Mortified at the breach of hospitality, Mad Maggie gifted the deadly war machine to Conscript Group 14. Your rest is finished, and your quest to locate the artifact, the Sword of Zariel, deemed vitally important to the salvation of Elturel by Holy Vision, lies before you. What do you do?
Good plan.
First, I try and shut my cat up. It comes in. Meow, meow.
I
Must
looked
be
at
named
both
Jax.
of my cats and I was like, what's wrong with you guys?
No, he comes home and that's how he says hello. I think the worst thing is I have to mute and do the same thing back to him, and he's fine. So it's like me saying hello to him. Honestly, it does it all day. Comes up in the morning, says the same thing.
No, I demand the next time you have to do that, you don't mute. So we can hear you.
Yeah.
Have a clear cat.
Yeah, we'll do
We
that.
won't
that
even
Jax-
notice.
Yeah.
Jax has a cat in his bag, and we haven't known until this moment.
Yeah.
Do you have
Entirely
a
possible.
question?
You do.
So, yeah, I do. So when we're talking about a static place, for instance, if you have a spell that manifests and remains in a place, if you were to
Such
cast
as the
that,
darkness spell.
sure. But darkness can specifically be on an object. But for instance, if you had a 5-foot cube and you put it on like a war machine, it would just drive through it on its turn, basically. Correct?
Correct. Yes. If you can't, if it's not something that can be cast on an object, then it stays wherever you cast it.
That's what I thought. So, for instance, both like, a creature under the effect of banishment reappears in the spot that it was banished from. If it was
Correct.
banished from a war machine, it would not reappear in the same spot.
That is very correct,
Within the war
yes.
machine. Okay, gotcha. Stuff like okay.
That's correct.
All right, before we start, sorry.
Forget you ever heard that. Just kidding.
Before we start, I did see Pixie did donate $5 earlier, so we need to roll through it, obviously, for inspiration.
Boy.
I did see it, Pixie. I've just been trying. It's because I've changed headphones and OBS is bullshit. So.
No, not okay.
Oh god.
It's better. It's this
Natural
than him actually
20.
just rolling a crit against one of us, right? So
Yeah, nabbit.
The DM got a natural 20.
I have inspiration.
Oh, so did.
Oh no,
so
you don't.
Oh come on!
damn
It's time for a dance-off. Wait, no, that's not this game.
Ready?
Roll again. Come on.
So
man.
scared.
Falkrunn and the DM
Ooh.
must each roll,
Yes. Come on.
and the DM rolls a natural 1. Falkrunn moves ahead with a roll of a 16.
Oh, it
have
was the
a
best
winner.
of times. It was the worst of
That was
times.
so dramatic.
You still need to roll better. Oh, he already rolled again. Never mind.
Did. Thank you
It was
very
the
much,
worst
Pixie.
of times. It was the worst of times.
Much appreciated.
Oh,
Yes, thank you, Pixie.
you're really hamming it up there.
Okay. So, my friends, what is the plan? You have 3 war machines. Just to go over once more time, the larger of the group is the scavenger. It does not have any weapons unless you count the grappling hook on the back as a weapon. But however, it does have room for all of you at once. You also have the Devil's Ride, which is a single occupancy motorcycle-like apparatus, although this one has been fit with a sidecar and renamed the Rat Squisher. And you have the Scavenger, which is slightly smaller than the Tormentor, which is slightly smaller than the Scavenger. The Tormentor has large rotating sides on its side, so as you drive by something, you can rip it up. A very deadly machine in excellent condition. However, it will not suit you all. It does not have room for all of you at once. So you need to decide what you are leaving Fort Knucklebone with.
Does it have the harpoon flinger on the Tormentor?
Yes. And the Tormentor has everything.
But the so I know part of the decision-making process in this is looking at the stat blocks, but I see that there's potentially room to add weapons to this Scavenger.
Yes. All of the machines are customizable. The Scavenger does certainly have places where apertures could be attached to make it more deadly. I should point out that looking at the stat block for the Scavenger, its armor has been severely damaged by some sort of corrosive material, so it actually has an AC of 15 instead of what is written in the stat block there. But other than that, it is functional.
So could we? Wow, Tormentor has a 21 armor class.
Yeah.
Could we? I mean, I know this is. It would take a long time to roleplay the conversation with Chuka and Clonk, but I'm wondering how we could maybe make the best of both worlds, even if we're paying a soul coin or a lot of money, what it would cost to maybe swap some armor over and a weapon station onto the Scavenger, and for instance, maybe we leave behind everything else. So it's like, we want this on there, this on there, this on there, and whatever you don't, rip off and slap onto our new machine, you can take the rest. So
discuss it amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So
what you want to do.
Imagine Typhon said that in character, and then he slinks around looking for everyone's answer.
Well, does that mean we'd only be driving one vehicle and therefore using fewer soul coins?
That's, I think, the idea. Yeah.
We would be using 2 instead of 3. Yes.
I have a question about the soul coin, just out of character. I know that when you hold the soul coin, you can feel the pain of the, depending on who you are, but you can feel the pain of the soul in it. Can you also get a sense of what kind of soul is in it, like an evil soul or a very good soul or a bitter soul, anything like that?
Do you take out your soul coin, Persephone?
Yes.
Make a perception check, please. $17. You get an impression. You see someone who has lived a life of very rigid discipline and stood against something that swayed all of her companions, and she refused to bow and is therefore being punished. She is in pain, fearful, and as these machines are rolled out and you're holding it, you get a sense of fear, almost as if the soul can sense that there is something nearby that wants to devour it. With a roll of a 17, you think that this was a Duergar.
I asked the rest of the group, when you hold the soul coins, can you feel something? Does everybody feel that?
Oh, let me try.
Yes.
I'll get mine out and give it a go.
All right, make a perception check.
17.
17. You hold your coin, and very strong panic and fear washes over you as you get an impression of this soul, a brilliant mind that is being tormented and is full of regret, a sense that something created that was meant to help has been corrupted and used to destroy. And this soul has been cursed by the families of all the people harmed by what the soul had created in life, and therefore found themselves in hell and condemned to this existence. You don't really get an impression of whether or not they're a good or a bad person.
Okay. Very good.
Anybody else?
Falkrunn roll. Oof.
With a 10, intense pain, panic, despair, just an impression of incredibly wide eyes that are just widening and widening and widening in horror, bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until you feel like you're being swallowed by them.
I see you. As folks are listening to their coins, I say, if we can get a sense of who these people are, perhaps we can not just randomly choose which soul we use. It's a terrible choice, but it's better than just flipping a coin.
Silas, intense loneliness is all you detect from your coin.
Who else has one that hasn't tried?
I
to
do.
receive?
I may as well give it a shot. Also have a 9.
A sense of something very, a entity that was very powerful, very respected, humbled, brought low.
Example of what not to do.
It is possible to find out more about the souls in your coins by expending one of the charges used. They each have 3. One, using a charge, will bring the soul to the surface and give you direct contact with them. Then you will have a further 2 more charges in each soul to use to fuel your machines.
Does it have to answer honestly?
It does.
Oh.
However, once we put the coin into the machine, there is no...
It's lost.
Yeah, there's no getting it back out, and it will be destroyed.
Correct.
Without, unless there was a way to, as you said before, Sean, and it being very complicated, open the machine up to extract it from the engine. You said that
yes,
was a
it would be.
possibility.
You would essentially have to destroy the machine completely, and there might be repercussions. You would literally, it's like cracking open the engine block, just completely separating all the pieces and parts and destroying what it is that powers this thing completely. While you are all thinking about that and deciding whether or not you want to do that, Chuka and Clonk look at you both. Whoever goes to them to discuss what they want to do, and spikes, get them heads upon them spikes. Patience is a virtue.
What else could you say?
You say.
No, you say.
You say.
No.
No.
You say.
You say.
No, you say.
No, you say.
As much as I'd love to watch this all day, Typhon, you tend to be the best at translating the two of them. What do you think?
Seems to me that they're telling us it's going to take some time to refit the machines.
What a deal.
How long? Surely you can hold up a couple of feathers to indicate the hours or
Days.
consider this. We want to take the machine that is, well, more broken down. Once it's taken of the utility, the armor, or the weapons, you would be left with a, well, perfect specimen of an engine to build upon. So, how's that for payment?
Make a persuasion check, please.
Can I
Why
help?
do I do this?
Sure. What would you like to say to help Persephone?
Oh wow. It seems like a more reasonable offer than anything else we could possibly give you.
Then make your persuasion roll with advantage, please.
Got a 14 on there.
14. They kind of look at each other and look back at you. It's a fine day for staying alive. Can't keep the boss waiting. And they start working. And then they stop and Chuka looks back at you and says,
That hours? Excellent.
Good.
Thank gods.
Well, that leaves you plenty of time to decide who you want to destroy.
I don't think any of us want to do any of this, but if we're going to do it, we can put a little thought into it.
Absolutely will not survive unless we use the machines.
I am like to agree.
Silas, what do you think?
It is very unfortunate. However, what would be lost without that sacrifice?
The entirety of that city we just came from, I would think. Perhaps more in the end.
Even now, El Terrell sinks closer and closer, I believe.
You're welcome to make a perception check. It's just barely visible on the horizon.
It's more for color than anything, but I wouldn't notice. With a roll of a 3.
Typhon, make an intelligence check.
I'm all right at that. I've got 15.
15. So using trigonometry based on how fast you think you were falling when you left El Terrell, how much time it was erratic when it fell, but you were able to make sort of a average idea of the pace it was falling over a period of time based on how long it took you to come to the ground, meaning how far how high up you were and how much it has come down based on how far away from it you are now. You determined that you probably have about 6 days.
I truly feel that the same way that one of our friends may sacrifice for us, or that we might sacrifice for a friend, the unfortunate ones that have landed in these soul coins, I do not know their plight. But if I myself was in one, and I had to encourage you to use it fully to save the entire city, then I would.
Seems wrong to make this sacrifice without at least knowing something about them.
I agree, Lulu. We owe them that.
Makes it
Though
harder.
it does heavily dilute the, well, power laid within them. And I think by simply asking, we are also draining of their essence, destroying them no the less.
So if we inquire of each coin, they have, what, I believe they said 48. Is it 72 hours?
48. It's 72 hours with three
With 3
charges.
So it'll be 48 left.
24 hours gone with each charge used.
So with 5 coins among us.
Are you ready to play judge and final executioner, child of Ilmater? Or shall we just lump them together and pluck one and pray your God gives suffering to those who deserve it most?
That's actually not a bad idea. Have you thought about praying for guidance about this, Falkrunn?
Would your god ever approve of what we're about to do?
Mater knows that all things suffer. No more so than anything that lives in this accursed place.
Change the music up here a little bit, my friends.
So what we're thinking, just taking one. Is that what we're thinking?
What do you mean?
Are we thinking about taking just one?
One vehicle, yeah.
One vehicle?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
DM, is it possible to fit the Devil's Ride in either of the other machines? I know we talked about the Scavenger could essentially hold it in its hook.
The Scavenger could actually hold the Devil's Ride in its hook.
Okay. But then the other one,
mount.
but then the other one couldn't hold.
No, neither one. And well, unless you removed the claw from the Scavenger and put it on the Tormentor.
I mean, because we could all fit in the Tormentor, I thought, or no?
We can all
No,
fit in the
not
Scavenger.
quite.
We can all.
You have to think of it like a construction equipment, a motorcycle, and a buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a sand dune kind of ride, not like a station
Got it.
wagon.
So
Though the construction equipment is equally as fast as the buggy.
True.
That's the thing to...
and that's what we're trying to equip with the fancy add-ons of the other vehicle right now. Great.
we want to take the Scavenger.
I think that's the better choice. It's a little easier to hit, but it has, I mean, in the long run, it has
More hit.
almost over twice the health. So it's like 150% healthier than the other one too. Can take a lot more hits.
So it's a semi-truck instead of construction
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah. Closer to that.
In movie terms.
A semi truck
Indeed.
with a big old grappling hook on the back.
There's one of those in that show.
So it's a battle rig, is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Something like that.
Should we all vote on whether or not the souls get to speak for themselves?
Is that in character or out of character?
Asking each coin. My understanding is they each have 3 uses.
That is
Each
correct.
thing they would show us would be a piece of their death. You would literally be carving their soul to ask, are you a good person?
And it's impossible to tell how accurate of an answer you will get.
Of course, but perhaps Lulu said it far better than I do. Seems wrong to allow them to make the sacrifice without knowing, or at least getting to speak to it.
I would think that perhaps Lulu would think it is evil to even ask it, to deplete its very essence in order to compel it to reveal of itself.
I think Lulu, more than any of us, is well aware of the darkness and the evil in this place.
I agree.
Perhaps we are
Lulu
looking
is-
at this wrong. Perhaps we're bending to hell's rules. Perhaps we should be raiding hell.
On foot?
Is there some other way to power these things? We assume they can only take soul coins. Perhaps if one of us was strapped to the front like some type of battery, a walking blood bag.
May I make an Arcana check, or kind of based on my previous investigation, to see if I would have any sort of idea if the engine could be given power in another way?
Sure.
Can I
Make
help
an
him because
Arcana
I'm
check.
the mechanic?
All right. Are you proficient in Arcana, Jax? No.
If only a black wind blew
But I'm
through.
a good mechanic.
Oof.
But then 11. You do not see how it could be done in the way that the machines are currently configured.
How about I hold all the coins in the bag,
No.
and then I play eeny meeny goblin ho. Which soul coin do I pick, yo?
It's exactly what I described a minute ago, and it sounds more dangerous because you're the one doing it.
All right.
I don't get it.
How about we vote? And simple majority rules. Ask the coins or don't.
Would there be any way to determine? Is there any way to sense anything? And DM, I'm going to use Divine Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. Well,
In which the presence of strong evil will register to me as
That
some type of
formatting
noxious
is
odor. I know it's wrecking me.
evil.
I'm trying. I'm working with it.
It's-
And I hold up the coin that I have, right?
First of all, the scent that overcomes to you from Avernus itself is overwhelming, and you feel like it's something that you could acclimate to, but you would have to do Divine Sense many, many, many times before you're able to really suppress that particular aspect. It fills you to the brim, and just on the very top, you're able to pick out some impressions. You get a sense of undead from a green floating skull that is not too far away. And you sense that there are souls present in these coins, but what kind of souls is not revealed to you.
Whoa.
That was a test. Shh. Curtain, people.
Thinking.
I share with everyone that it's quite noxious down here. DM, I was not able to determine anything specifically about the nature of the souls.
Correct.
Just that there are souls.
Yes.
Okay, I share that with the group.
Any decision you make is heartbreaking. But that's the decisions that are made down here. That's what doomed the Hellriders.
Aren't they at pain down here anyway? Wouldn't we be doing them the justice of releasing the souls?
Not
No.
releasing the souls.
Not released in these, they're destroyed. But you can release them. It's an act of ultimate good. But then they're gone.
As long as someone could give me a piggyback.
We will not survive on foot.
No, I remember.
Lulu, how far away is the temple?
I need a point of some kind of reference. This place is not on the map, and I don't remember how I got here.
So where to next, then?
Well, that way.
And she points with her trunk. If there is a north, a south, an east, or a west down here, it appears she is pointing north.
Well, that works for me.
Just, I wanted to reset. When I used Divine Sense, Lulu still glowed nice and bright.
Oh,
right?
of course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever these things go off, it's sometimes difficult for me to remember everything. Just assume that unless I mentioned it, everything that you have seen before to be there is still there.
So I should trust you.
You should.
No.
If
What's it
Rhimb
gonna
is any
be?
indication, you've done so right by us so far.
What is the decision, my friends? You have
Actually,
before you one of many horrible choices that are to come.
If we do not move forward, this will go badly for everyone. This is beyond us. This is beyond me. It is beyond you. It is not pleasant. But if it gets us to where we need to be, to end this faster, that is a tenet of my faith. And I will do it now.
You sound like Haruman.
DM, Falkrunn grabs her soul coin and says, and then she like speaks to the coin, says, "Reveal to me the god you served."
Do you expel a charge?
I do.
Oh,
Very
shit.
well.
We're just doing it.
As the mind of this soul bubbles to the surface, immediately you hear screams of agony in your head. This soul appears to be completely insane. And it can't stop screaming about being eaten alive by his family. If there is a person in all of this madness, it's long gone. You get the impression that this coin has been in circulation for decades.
Do
The
you
very,
share
very,
that?
very, very bottom of the consciousness, you detect perhaps that this person was an artisan of some sort. Liked working with their hands. Might have interesting things to say about intricate workings of devices and machinery if you can somehow make your way through all of the insanity.
And they don't answer my question.
They cannot.
The soul in this coin is mad.
Oh, we'll use that one first then.
There is wisdom in that statement. Even destroying the coin would release a mad soul. To what existence?
I believe it would not release it. That is the point. It would cease to be. No afterlife, no release, just an end.
Better than decades of torment.
End is still an end.
It sounds like we're decided then.
I'm driving.
I reach out with an open hand to Falkrunn to take the coin.
I'll do it.
You'll suffer.
As we all do. All right. So so how far are we into the 3 hours are we, DM?
Unless anybody has anything else they wish to discuss or do, we can say that the 3 hours are passed by you all sitting and deliberating what it is you want to do and which coin that you want to use. And roughly around the same time as the modifications are being made, are finished, you have come to your decision. Now, tell me what exactly you have done to this scavenger.
Made it unbeatable.
All right.
Armor class 56.
So stripped the armor from the tormentor and applied it to the scavenger.
So now it has the armor based on the stat sheet.
Applied the it looks like there's room for 2 weapons, so we used one of the harpoon flingers since it had no other weapons. Right? Is that what you said?
Correct.
So give it a weapons station. Would Chuka and Klonk be able to apply the raking scythes as well? Or is that
appears
a
to be
feature of the tormentor itself?
It appears to be something that is connected to the actual drive shaft of the tormentor, and in order for them to do that to the scavenger, it would require much more intensive repairs. Possible, but you would be charged another night's rest by Mad Maggie.
Gotcha. So now we have a 21 armor class scavenger with 1 harpoon flinger.
Correct, and the claw on the back.
And go faster stripes.
Maybe put some of those blade sides on the, or this, or that was that thing that they.
Because we were just discussing.
Asked,
Yeah.
Got it. Because it looks like they have blades sticking out of the tires, but.
I think that's got crushing wheels regardless.
Oh, okay.
And actually, our crushing wheels, I think, are better than the.
They are.
Saving throw is lower, but it's more damage.
Good point.
DM, is Mad Maggie anywhere around?
You do not see her in view. However, you see many people who you know could probably get her.
Can we put a hot tub on the back?
I think any tub is a hot tub in Avernus.
I look at Typhon and say, Typhon, I wonder if Mad Maggie might help us with direction in this place. Lulu either can't remember or it has changed substantially enough. We can go in a direction going deeper into the belly. But perhaps Mad Maggie might know a way. You know of magic. There I've seen spells to locate objects, to locate people, to divine things. I wonder if there's some object. I can't imagine that there's not some way to map this place. At least long enough to get from point A to point B. Would you go with me to speak to Maggie?
Certainly, though it does cause me some concern to share too much of our plan with her, particularly if she is the one divining. If this is something of value to her, her knowledge of it gives her leverage, perhaps valuable information to barter with other warlords or perhaps the governing forces of this realm itself.
Is this a private conversation, I should ask?
Yeah.
No, I'm being open about it. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not hiding it. I called Typhon right there.
Obviously, I
I'm not
wouldn't
trying to
say
hide.
it in front of the other,
Okay, yep, I got it.
Not in front of the red hats and whatnot.
She's already held that information over our head.
Yes, I think we should keep. I think we should keep our business our own. It's certainly a good resource for trading. For
It
mechanics
may be the
here.
last time. It may be the last time that we see her, and a promise of destruction should we encounter any warlords. That could be in order, but Persephone was saying a moment ago, we helped out Barnabas since we were clear. She favors Barnabas. Perhaps on his behalf. Perhaps Barnabas might even know of a way, actually. My only goal, Typhon, is you know more about such magic than anyone else here. If we were going to a place of worship, myself or Falkrunn perhaps, for pure magic, this is your area.
I see. Well, it's quite possible. Even though I do not currently possess the ability, she may in fact be able to give us a way to divine such a location. That we'll say it's just the recipe, and the preparation of it would be up to us. A scroll or something, perhaps, given enough time. And if she's grateful enough, perhaps that way she would not know our exact objective. Lulu, you look concerned. Speak up.
All I need is something I remember. If we just get someplace that I recognize, then I'll be able to remember where I went from there, and where I went from there, and there. Where we are, I don't remember. So I can't tell you where to go.
I think you'll find a landmark if we went in a random direction.
Maybe.
Or, yeah.
At the very least, Lulu, couldn't you just fly straight up and check the landscape?
Was that safe for her?
No, but I could
What
do
if you did it invisibly?
safer.
That sounds safer. Yep.
Come, Lulu.
And Iselin will extend her hand to cast invisibility on her.
You'll have to stop your magical thing, though.
Yeah. She goes, "Oh, wait.
Oh, as long as she flew up to the touch range, she wouldn't need to.
She looks
But-
like she's gonna
but she
poop.
would. Wait.
She has to
It's
concentrate on it in order to
confusing
keep
now. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And she
Yeah.
casts.
Oh, she turns invisible.
All right, I'll be back.
And you hear a whooshing sound as she leaves. What do you do while you're waiting for her to return?
They'll think that the other souls would be heard from, but if we're all happy to just use Falkrunn's coin, then so be it.
I will be on the vehicle with my mechanical tool, pretending to try and do stuff. Trying to watch and learn.
I'm confused about the aura again.
Okay.
If just because it'll matter in the later, wouldn't it be possible if she flew down and you cast invisibility upon her, that because the source of the spell is within her globe, that it would take effect?
Yes.
Yeah. So she could be invisible and still have her superpower.
Still have a
globe,
superpower on.
as
Yep.
long as the spell was cast from within.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
That is what we've discussed in the past, and that you're right. That definitely needs to be very clear. If it's cast within the sphere on someone within the sphere, then it works.
Okay, I was just like,
Yeah.
what?
Okay.
After a few minutes, nothing.
Don't you think it's been too long? Shouldn't she be back?
Avernus is a big place. It could take her a while to get her bearings.
Suppose.
You hear a distant.
Coming from the sky?
Mm-hmm.
I look up.
Stephanie, call her back.
You don't make a perception check.
29, natural 20.
Oh.
Ooh. Well,
No.
you get the impression of something enormous passing through clouds of dark mist You don't get any details, but it is huge. Without a 29, it would have been difficult to know just how far away it is based on perspective, but with the 29, you were able to get the impression that there is something absolutely terrifyingly Leviathan up there.
Let's stay on the ground.
Well, no, we need to get loose. Okay.
Did you see that big thing up there?
It was really big. Some kind of demon,
It's okay.
I think. But
A demon?
I did see. I think some really big chains. That way.
And she points in the direction that she had pointed before.
It's far. But yeah, I remember those. It wasn't too far away from the hill.
Okay.
Can we go then? Because I'm going to start killing red caps. I'm bored.
Let's go. That's not a bad idea.
All right. Have Typhon and Silas returned from their chat with?
I got the impression that you were all waiting to see the results of this.
I didn't think they
Is that
went.
true?
Yeah.
I would advise against speaking to Maggie again.
Plus, Barnabas already paid us in kind for the service we rendered him.
Agreed. She doesn't need to know.
So
Very
be it.
well.
I sit in the driver's seat.
I do not trust the goblin to drive.
I can't reach the pedals on this one.
Yeah.
Jax, look at that amazing harpoon flinger on the side.
I was about to do an insight check, but I get what you're on about. I'll go straight to the harpoon.
You recall your success with the ballista the other day and realize that this is just probably a more accurate and deadly version of the ballista.
I like this.
And I start lining it up to a red cap.
Silas. Or perhaps even Persephone. Well, I believe that you two have the least ranged capability of us. I can cast spells and counter those that come towards us. We obviously have a ranged attack in Jax, though perhaps a short bow would be of more use and one of you could man that station, but, well, it might take some effort to pry him off it, but that's no matter. My point is, whoever has the least utility aboard a fast-moving vehicle should probably be the one to take the helm. I could be there to help while we get used to it, at least.
Question for the DM. Is there any indication about what skill, since we don't have car driving in D&D Beyond?
Land
Might be
vehicles would be
applicable.
the appropriate one. I do not believe any of you have that particular skill.
I have vehicles, land, and my tools. So, in fact,
You
I
are
have proficiency.
proficient.
Wow,
You
that's
are
awesome.
Incredibly useful.
And so,
Definitely.
my understanding, right, because as we move forward in this, is that the machines have their own stat block, but
Correct.
being proficient in a machine just means you add your proficiency bonus to its existing stats.
Correct.
Right, for the saves and such?
For the saves and for repair checks and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Anything that you want to do based on a machine with your proficiency in tools, Silas, you will be allowed to roll your proficiency bonus, whether it be dexterity modifier to try and get out of the way, or various mishaps have different skills related to them in which you have to succeed in order to fix. You will be able to do it with your proficiency modifier.
Then I would say it's decided. You seem to have a knack for it, Silas. And your resolve in fueling the machine is not unnoted.
I do not enjoy this choice, Typhon.
No, I think it is clumsy and wasteful, but it's the only one we have. And I think there we are in agreement.
Yes.
The fastest way to victory. Save those that would suffer from the, well, long-lasting combat.
I would suggest that in the front we have someone very good at noticing small details. While I may be driving this thing as I would horses, I would welcome assistance with someone perceptive. A spotter.
I'll be there to guide you. You go ahead.
Likewise.
Ride in the grappling's claw.
Likewise, we will need someone in the rear. If we are all facing forward, we could be overtaken by a leviathan or something worse.
Typhon, this weapon's not working. The button, I'm pressing it to fire, but nothing's happening. Oh, hang on, there's a safety.
Nope.
No, Jax.
That's obviously completely the wrong button, because I have to imagine there are no safeties in hell.
So, it sounds like you are all prepared. Mm-hmm. As you mount your scavenger, Chuka and Clunk look up at you and sort of give each other a wing bump, nodding. They look pleased.
Faster than a devil with diarrhea.
Thank you for your help.
There's an image.
And a few other figures begin making their way towards you. You see Mad Maggie slouching, moving each one of her joints, moving slightly out of step with the other. And behind her, the hulking form of Mickey. Floating over, you see the flaming skull of Barnabas, and you see the two crows perched on Maggie's shoulders. As she comes over, she says,
Well, off, are you?
So it would appear, Maggie. Thank you for your help.
It was well deserved. You people, I've seen your like before. This place will change you. My advice, let it. The changes usually are accompanied by a higher degree of survivability. One final word of advice. You will find very few opportunities for safe rest in the wastes. Conserve your resources as best you can. And maybe some of you will live to come back to see old Mad Maggie. Off you go.
Thank you, Maggie.
We will be sure to regale you with the woe we reap upon this land.
Oh, you say this to me. Just get out right away.
I climb on the machine.
As do I.
She is bizarrely charming, that one.
Quite so.
Disgusting.
Falkrunn does a little head nod to Mickey. Okay, and then
Falkrunn.
swing the grappling claw around to pick up the Devil's Ride, and then...
I still need the coin to be inserted.
Falkrunn,
there it is.
I will do it. I have no misgivings.
And
that
she
is
holds
why-
out a hand.
And that is why I must do it.
Falkrunn, let her.
Falkrunn, brushes past her and, walks up to the engine and tries to... Silas, are you in the chariot?
Make it so.
Number 2, you have the bridge. And she, Falkrunn kneels down to the coin slot and just, puts the coin in her hands. And she pushes it in.
You hear it rattling as it inserts and ding, ding, ding. Thump. And the entire machine suddenly goes from being a hunk of metal and wooden, in some cases, leather aperture, and becomes something more akin to a beast. This isn't a machine. This is a living thing.
Does it seem like it has a good alignment, like it's a good person machine?
Sure. Do you start it, helmsman?
I look to make sure, as much as I can, what type of visibility do I have? Not to be bothersome, but
You have
just only straight ahead?
3/4 cover, but other than that, your visibility is not impeded any more or less than it would be were you to be behind something like a rock or something like that. You are able to look up and see.
Okay, I adjust my mirrors. Push the seat forward a little bit, because I'm a little bit on the short side. And, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Do it. Do it.
I gently, based on the battle map which we're seeing, that no one else can see, I'm going to gently try to ease this thing out of the gate.
As you do, the engine begins to with a rumble, and there is a scream of something in horrible pain that just emanates from it as you move out of Fort Knucklebone.
You guys, I hate hell.
Meanwhile, thanks to Manxworks,
Mondays, am I right?
everyone gets to roll a d20 for a d6 inspiration. It has to be used in tonight's session.
Huh.
All right, looks like Typhon is in the lead. Typhon is tied with Islin. Typhon is tied with his. The DM pulls ahead. The DM pulls ahead.
Yes!
And Persephone,
again.
the last moment, pulls out her dagger and just crosses the line.
Oh, look at his grumpy face.
That's not a Lulu face at all, Sean.
Thank
Lulu
you very, very much,
along
Manx.
beside you as you travel.
Yeah, thank you very much, Manx.
You
That's not transferable, right?
No,
correct.
d6 is not transferable.
Thank you.
You head out into the wastes. Persephone, Lulu flies ahead a little bit, and she goes,
Okay. I think it was this way.
and she moves you going in a northerly direction. Northerly, at least, compared to the line from El Torel and Fort Knucklebone. You are now moving perpendicular to that, going north into the wastes.
Okay. And just as a check, Silas is driving, quite obviously. I requested someone with good perception up front. Falkrunn was going to be up front.
Yeah, Falkrunn's up front.
Jax is shooting rocks as we go by. Right?
Jax, you have limited ammo.
I guessed.
Oh,
10
no.
javelins.
I'm
He is
pretending.
Rocks.
Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
pew.
Typhon, I would assume, would be centrally on the vehicle somewhere so that he could blast anything.
Sure. I mean, there are not specific. There are handholds that you can put your arm around, something like that. But there's not like this is where you sit or this is where you sit. This is the number of people that can be on the vehicle
Is it
without
like a ship?
danger.
Like an old ship?
It's more like a ship, yes.
I'm just trying to get a basic rundown to know who's around me, very close to me.
I believe
Where
it
they
was
might be.
determined that Falkrunn was right up in front with you.
Yes.
But there's nothing she can do to aid you with the actual driving, but in terms of perception checks, definitely can aid you.
Right.
Okay, so before we do get into it, Pixie's now donated. Thank you very much, Pixie. So we can roll for a d6 inspiration again.
Thanks.
Wow.
friend.
Obviously, Persephone has won it already, so
I will not roll.
So we have Silas with a 14, Typhon with a 6,
I got a 1.
Islin with a 1, Falkrunn with a 2, Jax with a 6. Where's
The DM takes it with a 17.
I knew it would. I don't think Silas has ever gotten a single one of these things.
damn
so-
it.
She got an inspiration once.
Thank you very much, Pixie. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Pixie.
The DM won it.
Thank you, Pixie.
Now he's got his happy face.
Yeah.
Silas, are you navigating?
Yes. I'm driving. I
Do
don't know
you,
if I can
do you ever
navigate and
stop?
drive.
Do you stop occasionally to consult your map? Lulu seems
such
to be
as
leading you,
this.
but she stops every now and then. She's very tentative about this. She has an idea of where to go, but she's not certain.
Falkrunn, can't you guide her?
Guidance.
I can certainly give what aid I can.
I ask you, Silas, because you have the map and you also have proficiency in cartography. Now, you can use the map just making a roll. If you want to use your skills and actually examine the map, you will be able to roll at advantage. However, there is a intelligence to this map.
No, we have a general heading.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do anything more than cursory glances at the map. But I am... here's a question. If I have the map, and I'm looking at the back of it, if I just pull the map out, and I look at the back of it, not the front of the map, the back of the map, does it have the same... Do I start to get that same feeling?
Yes.
Because I'm not actually examining, so just concentrating on the map alone will do it.
Concentrating on the map alone.
Okay.
So I can allow you to
Then-
roll for an advantage in terms of figuring out where you want to go. And really, it's not a skill check. It's a roll of a d20. You get to roll twice, and I will choose the one that is more advantageous to you as a group. If you roll with advantage. If you don't, it's you roll, and I consult my chart, and that's what happens.
Oh, we're doing like the circular decoder wheel from Eye of the Beholder.
Something like that.
Okay, cool. Shout out. I look around. I look to Falkrunn. I look to Lulu.
Wrong.
And I should point out, you do not have to. It's not up to you to make this roll. You are the only one that has the possibility of making it with advantage. But anybody can make this roll. This is just random.
What do I have
happens.
to do to get advantage? Just do I
You have to examine the map.
For now, we'll just go forward.
All right, roll a d20.
I'm gonna go ahead and see.
It's not a skill.
Fine.
I'm waiting for anyone to say anything before I roll.
I'm still gonna put
so
my
we're
hand
not cut
on his
off.
shoulder.
Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate Falkrunn's reassuring presence. She is a good friend. I would die for her. With a 9, I just may.
A 9. All right. Roll a d8, please.
You could take psychic damage by being wrong? Oh, God. A 1. I'm driving.
We will take a short break.
Oh, God.
And Avernus opens up and swallows this whole.
We will be back in 10 minutes, and welcome back. Thank you all for joining us and for sticking around. If you're just joining us now, then welcome. The party has departed Fort Knucklebone after having to make the agonizing decision to destroy a soul in order to power the machine that will carry them across the wastes of Avernus, having discovered that moving on foot is certain death. Having left, they have set out as best they can, heading in a direction that Lulu, the Holophant, believes will lead them to a place that she is familiar with, from which then they will be able to plot a course to their ultimate destination. Along the way, some things have happened. Falkrunn, as you are standing next to Silas, you see Fort Knucklebone disappearing behind you in a cloud of dust as the machine moves at quite a impressive pace, almost as fast as Lulu does in flying. She is scouting out ahead and then coming back, and then scouting out ahead and coming back, staying close to the group. And you look around and you see desolation, destruction, every now and then a huge pit of smoldering goo. You look in the sky as a massive meteor streaks across the sky, landing somewhere in the distance with a distant. And you see up ahead, you seem to be coming to a bit of a rise. Not a huge hill, but just it comes up just enough to sort of cut off what might lie beyond over the horizon. And looming up beyond that, far, far distant, you see what appears to be an enormous mountain. It looms up dark and foreboding, far in the distance, but between you and it, there appears to be this slight rise. And with your passive perception of 17, you see something glinting at the top of this rise. It appears to be reasonably along the path that Lulu is taking you on.
Silas, do you see that?
I see wasteland. What should I look at?
There's a ridge sort of coming up. So you see the mountain. You see the mountain in the distance, yes?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good. So there's a ridge just coming up before that, and there's something shown on it, like a flash of metal or a light.
What does it appear to be, Falkrunn? Is it a ditch? Should I avoid it?
It appears probably a trap or some
Make a perception check, Falkrunn.
godforsaken enemy. Oh?
Ooh. With a
27.
natural 20. You look at it, it looks to be about the size and shape of a infernal war machine, but you do not see the telltale plume of dust behind it. It appears to be just sitting there, and as you squint and look at it, you see tiny figures on it, and they're waving, trying to gain your attention as you are speeding in a somewhat tangential line towards it.
It's a machine. Another one of these infernal machines. They look like they are in need of assistance.
Can you tell what they are?
With a roll of a 27, you turn and you see Jax with his harpoon flinger. They look like goblins.
They're goblins.
Goblins? Where?
The hell are
Fucking hate
goblins
goblins.
doing? The hell are goblins doing in hell?
Excuse me?
That was a rhetorical question, Jax.
Present company obviously excluded. Jax, I know why you're here.
I don't know what rhetorical means. Keep speaking these big words.
All right.
Just tell me, Falkrunn, do I go towards it or not?
Oh, goblins are horrible creatures. With myself excluded.
Falkrunn?
Keep driving.
You can't get any more of us in your bag.
I accelerate.
At max speed. You will pass within 100 feet of them unless you change direction.
Jax, don't just shoot them. Look at them first. Falkrunn, help him. Tell us what we're looking at. We approach. We are now 300 feet.
300 feet. You can make further perception checks now, Falkrunn, and you too, Jax, if you wish.
Yeah, but before that, if you haven't got a D6 inspiration, thanks to MCR Music 3,
MCO.
Oh, thank you.
you can roll one now. Thank you very much, Music. Much appreciated.
Oh,
We've got Typhon in the lead with a natural 20, Silas with a 6, Jax with a 9, Islin with a 3, Falkrunn with a 4, Typhon rolling a natural 20 is
Very nice.
Well done.
I
Simon.
burned all my high
the
rolls earlier
winner.
that night.
Congratulations. Thank you, MCR Music 3.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
and these we
Anyone,
can
if
add.
anyone is in the Twitch chat and doesn't know how that just worked, you can influence the game by donating.
Yes.
But I get to roll also.
Yes. The information for that can be seen below in the actual Twitch buttons. But yeah.
And just to be clear, this can be added to a roll as long as we don't know the result, but after we've rolled the d20.
Correct.
The D6s have to be used tonight. They always have to be used in the session.
Last
Can I use it to roll for inspiration? Just kidding.
With a 19.
with a 19.
Indeed. They are definitely trying to get your attention. They appear to want you to stop. You see about a dozen of them, and they're all waving, and holding things up.
Start
Looking like they're
waving
trying
back.
to get your attention to get, like, for trading.
I've seen this trap before. It's definitely an ambush.
Jax has got no idea.
You see one that appears to be more of a leader come forward and come down to their knees, just
We are now 200 feet away.
Falkrunn, we shouldn't stop.
Keep it moving, but if you can bring us within 120 feet, I can try to send a message.
That sounds like a good plan, Typhon. I will decrease my speed. And once I get around 150 feet, I will decrease it to where someone could almost run alongside.
okay.
I'm not going very fast at all at 150 feet. And I will cruise up that 30 feet closer.
All right,
Ready. I'm holding an action to hit the gas hard.
Got it. Okay, so you are cresting this little rise, and you come and you see once again this humongous mountain in the distance, just this giant dark shape that is looming over the quasi valley that is between this rise and it. And Typhon, you are now within the range of message.
Okay, I will just simply send the message out to what looks to be the leader. I'll try in common first. What do you want with us?
Immediately it comes back. Hello, I am Durzel. Please help us. We are in grave need of assistance. Our machine is broken.
Every moment we delay, we have to burn more soul coins.
But perhaps there's another stash to be won here.
What kind of is it possible to see from here now with our perceptive people what their incident is, what has happened to them? Oh, that's what I was saying. What has happened to you? What is your
Well, actually, what is the machine?
what is your emergency?
Okay.
What's your problem?
Hello, you have
all
reached
right.
the Typhon helpline.
You see, it's difficult to determine this. Whatever this was, it's been heavily modified with various things put on around it. It looks like it was probably somewhere on the lines of either a tormentor or perhaps what Chuka and Clonk were working on in Fort Knucklebone that Jax drove the other time when you went through the bone drifts. You see a little bit of smoke coming from the back of it, and it appears to have been damaged. There's lots of pockmarks on it, like it's been hit repeatedly by many hard things, sort of shrapnel-like damage. And you see several of them look like they're wounded, and remind me with message. Can they? How many words? Is this the one that has the limited words, or is this is the other one?
Nope. They can just simply reply to me.
Okay.
There's no. Yeah.
Falkrunn looks back at Jax.
So I will put an addendum onto what they said in there. It says, "We have a demonic ichor to trade. It will help you go faster."
Silas, stop.
Am I at 120 feet? I
Yes.
didn't intend to go any closer. I would start going around.
Got it. 120 feet.
Are you sure, Falkrunn?
No?
Where's Lulu?
I'm right here.
How many goblins are there, DM? That we can see?
There are 12.
There are 12. All right.
Just at a glance from the driver's seat that I am in, can I determine, are they heavily armored? Are they little walking tanks? Do they look like carbon copies of Jax, but without the cool sunglasses?
Right. They are
How would you
armed.
characterize them?
They are armed. They have limited rudimentary armor. In the typical fashion of goblins, they have gathered what they found and scavenged and made it as serviceable for them and their frames as possible. They look kit out for being for taking care of themselves out in the wastes, but as opposed to like, do they look like they belong to a particular crew with the uniform and like really heavy armor? So no, definitely not. They look like typical of what you would expect goblins to be down here.
Would I see anything? And again, I'm just glancing quickly, but do I see any that look different than the others in the way that a shaman or a religious figure or anything of that nature might look?
Definitely the one in front looks different. Has a bit more of a regal look to them. They're wearing armor, but there's sort of a fur sort of headdress. And as you look, this headdress is actually very elaborate. You can see just, well, actually 100 feet away. I will need a perception check.
While he's doing that, can I use a survival check to know about my tactics and see if this is an ambush of some sort?
Well, that would just be perception.
Either way.
So Falkrunn is next to me. Is Falkrunn proficient in perception?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I will look to Falkrunn again. I realize I'm driving and I'm trying to idle around. I have not stopped yet.
All right. So if you don't
Falkrunn,
stop, if you don't stop, this will be your last opportunity to make any kind of
again,
checks.
I'm circling.
No, I got you.
But I'll ask Falkrunn. Falkrunn, help me look at the creature in the lead. And can I get assistance from Falkrunn on perception?
Well, so Falkrunn has rolled, so you could roll as well.
I'll just do that then.
There you go.
16. Okay. First of all, Jax, this would be a horrible place for an ambush. There does not appear to be any cover that anything could jump up from. It's just dirt and rock and just this rise. So unless it were actually to come up from underground or from the air, there's nothing really nearby that they could jump out and anybody could jump out and surprise you from. If you were planning an ambush, this would be the last place you would choose.
What if there was a little goblin in a tunnel with a metal boomerang? Would that... No.
Yes, that would totally a possibility. 16. This one in the front, this is a headdress they're wearing is very elaborate. You see very gruesome spikes that look like they are attached to the head, sticking out a little bit, and then actually going into the forehead. And on top of it, there is sort of tendrils, dreadlocks, tentacles. This creature is wearing on its head the head of some tentacle-faced creature.
Okay. Have I gotten the hold? Have I gotten the feel for what it's like to stop this thing? Like I know my brakes, my acceleration. Have I got a feel for it at this point?
Yes.
All right. We are in hell. They are in hell. It's very possible that we would need assistance, and we did. I start steering towards them. I'm not going very fast, but I am very guarded, and I am ready to essentially hit full acceleration and plow right through them if I need to.
We
Impulse
must
engines.
We must align our goal, however. We cannot leave here with fewer resources than we come in for.
Agreed.
If we can exchange for the better for us, so be it. But we cannot give freely and expect our mission to be completed.
Agreed. And if we stop, we need to be efficient.
Yes. So if there's something to be gained, so be it. If not, we leave them to their fate. They were foolish enough to come here, as were we. So let's go, but be quick.
It's very
about it.
pragmatic, but perhaps there might be a diplomatic outcome.
I'm not ruling that out.
Typhon, eat some rat.
Where'd you get that ice? God damn. It's all great right now.
Holding out on us, dude.
All right, I'm going to whisper, not a true invocation, but I'm going to whisper a small prayer to Vandria. Dharma Conchalat. And go forward.
Shaka, when the walls fell.
Uh,
A little closer. And you see them all moving excitedly, and you see the one in the middle turn around and put up their hands. And they all
What's he say? What's he
calm
say?
down. With your okay. He said, "Everyone, shut up."
I shut up.
And
Going to stop 60
steps
feet
forward.
out.
He's
I'm
got
going
his
to come
hands
to a
clasped.
stop 60 feet out.
Thank you for stopping.
That's a funny hat
What do you
got
need?
on.
We need help repairing our machine, or we need, well, if you could take us aboard, that would be even better. But I understand that might not be possible for all of us, so whatever assistance you feel that you could possibly provide, we are happy to pay you with 2 vials of demonic ichor.
Oh, that sounds good.
You're well spoken for a goblin. Explain yourself and be truthful, or we leave.
Well, I thank you very much. There are different types of goblins. Some are stronger, some are more intelligent. I am one of the latter. Just as there are many a varied humanoid, there are many a varied goblinoid.
That makes sense.
Is this true?
Eastland casts a
Make
side eye at Typhon.
Make an insight check.
Falkrunn, is this true? Oh, I got a 17 though.
Considering we've been running around with Jax, and he was, to our knowledge, the most intelligent goblin that has ever been made.
Oh, I
But there is a difference between intelligence and culture. Intelligence and culture, 2 different things entirely.
have no idea what culture is.
17
lying.
insight.
Not lying. Hiding something. Hiding something big.
Oh, where could he be hiding it?
Now, the person driving this thing and the person operating this enormous, powerful claw, they're getting impatient. Now I have patience enough to allow you to be forthcoming, as I told you before. So, tell me what you are. Explain
There's
why
no,
you're not like the rest of these.
Oh, he's a powerful
or-
wizard. He's going to kill you.
Fine. If you must know, it has to do something with this. Tubb says on top of it. I put it on several years ago, and ever since I've been, well, this way. It makes me rather special.
That's what
And
happened with my
as such, I
glasses.
have created a bit of a good deal for myself down here. But time is of the essence here. Time is wasting. If we could just move things along, if you would like to help us, that would be very much appreciated. If not, then well, perhaps some of us could come with you, provided you're going south.
Deal is souring by the moment, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have
Magic
valuable things
item,
to
though.
offer.
Does it seem to be a magic item that he's wearing?
Very difficult for you to tell. It's certainly unlike anything you've ever seen. It looks like it is actually physically a part of his head, either by virtue of the fact that these needles have sort of dug into his skull, or perhaps even attached somehow in the back.
Do I recognize the hat? The head?
Make a perception check.
Like, is it a mind flayer, which obviously Jax might have interacted
Make a
with?
perception check.
13.
Could be. But you've seen lots of tentacled creatures.
Typhon, they've already lied to us. It seems like a waste of time.
The loud
Oh, what's that?
rings out.
Like, off of our machine?
Perhaps.
I'm looking around.
I look over the side.
Is that noticeable?
I mean, the machine makes a lot of noise as you travel and stuff like that, but that was a particularly loud sort of. Doesn't appear to have done any damage.
But did it?
Hey y'all. I'm straight up, man. I'm just gonna gun this engine right here. That's it. I'm not pulling forward,
I point the harpoon at
but
him.
I rev the engine extremely hard.
What are you doing? You don't want to go that way. Are you insane?
I look out straight out him and go, I might be. And I'm trying to intimidate him.
All right, make an intimidation check.
Can I haven't got intimidation, but I was going to point the harpoon at him.
Does anybody? So I'll just do a straight roll and 19.
19.
Hey.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to do your business, but I mean, you have us at a complete disadvantage. We will. Please, don't you understand?
I look at Jax and I look at everyone else. I go, do we have them at a complete disadvantage?
Are they taking stuff off of our ship?
I'm going to search around.
Can somebody insight that better than me?
I'm going straight
We
to where
just
that
get
noise
hit.
was.
I'll try to insight. With a 7. I can't tell. Can
DM to
someone
death.
else?
So there was another sort of a king sound that came from somewhere on the scavenger, but again, it wasn't big enough to do any damage. And unless you're actually like looking at it when it happened, whatever it was moving too fast to see.
I'm gonna
I
keep an
call
eye
out and I say,
Get out of here.
"Hear one more ping like that, and we're
No.
I can't control it. I mean,
Get out of here.
he keeps
Hit the gas.
looking
Boom.
to the north.
All
Hit
right.
the gas.
What? I wonder what's to the north.
Bye.
Make a perception check.
Can I?
Typhon. Send him a message that he should have been straight with us.
Oh, my rolls are
Is there-
fire.
All right. Are we making
Can
perception
I
for the north?
Typhon said he was.
Yeah. This is a. Well, I've got a 9, but I
was
can't
deception.
decide if I want to do it. I want to do it.
That
Really?
was a deception check.
Well, then it's worse. It's a 7.
Okay.
So can I?
So, DM, I want to try to figure out what.
Can
the
I
ping
dispel
sound-
invisibility?
Oh, wait, can
if
Lulu?
you cast it on the thing that you
that's
think is
true.
invisible,
No, Lulu, take a fly around the ship. See if you can see anything.
she flies around the scavenger.
Yeah, she's got like another action or two as I'm starting to gun the engine.
Which way are you going?
The way that I'm heading, past them, the way that we were going.
What? No! Wait, please! Don't! What are you
What
doing?
are you looking at? Last chance.
What? Don't you see it? And he points to the north, where this enormous mountain seems
Go.
closer.
The
Get
mountain seems closer.
out of here.
You see as a rock ricochets off of your machine.
Oh, I saw that
And
one.
then a large piece of wreckage lands in between you and the goblin's thing as you look and see that this mountain is no mountain at all.
That's
It is a enormous swirling cloud of dust, debris, and death, at least 500 feet wide.
Let's kill it.
Please, you've got to take us with you. We won't survive. Please.
Can we hook their vehicle?
Silas, punch it.
Can we hook their vehicle?
Why? It would slow us down.
Slow us down so we all get killed?
We could ditch
Falkrunn.
the thing for it. The devil's ride.
Can't help.
but-
We should. If we can't, we should leave.
Silas.
Will it slow us down, DM? I
I
don't see anything on
When
the.
we're a
like-
war rig meant for pulling.
Are you
For
you
doing
are
such
you do
things.
have the
Devil's
the
Ride.
rat squisher in the claw, right? You would have to drop that. It cannot grapple two things.
What is their vehicle? Is it a superior vehicle? Is it? I mean, at this point, we're close enough up to it.
If it
It's
were
broken,
to be if it
but-
were to be repaired, it would be a larger vehicle.
But it would be a superior vehicle. Is it in better shape, or is it a piece of junk?
It looks like they were running from this Hellstrom, and they have run out of fuel. Other than that, the few nicks and dings and some obvious damage, there doesn't seem to be anything else wrong with it.
DM.
hmm
So we're in the. So are we in the middle of this Hellstrom? Are we
It
looking at,
is
like-
bearing down upon you. And
so
now-
How much time do we have? We have one round.
Make a perception check.
Can
I
someone
think we
who's
should.
good
I think
at
we should
that
pull
I
our
am
speed.
I
Just-
say we go.
I say we should have punch it. We need to do the dash action.
How many
24.
of them are there? They're like 12.
12.
hmm
So they couldn't even come aboard.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but they're small.
But they can get aboard theirs and we can pull it. We can leave the other thing behind.
That
even
would
though
slow
it's
you
just-
down.
That would
slow us
absolutely
down.
slow us
I say
down.
we get out of here.
Oh, it would. Okay.
24 for me.
Did you say 20? Oh, I thought you said 34. I was like,
A few minutes.
A few minutes until it gets here and engulfs us. Okay.
Yes.
So we could still. Like, how much slow us down?
Oh, we can leave them.
We're going to keep it simple, and we're going to say pulling another machine would be similar to pulling another person, so half your movement,
What's the movement of this infernal machine?
100 feet.
Yep.
But that isn't. You cannot take the dash action with this machine. You move 100 feet per round. Period.
Yeah, we might need that.
That is what the helmsman can do. They can use. You can make it go 100 feet, and during that 100 feet, you can move it in any direction you want.
Silas, we have a
Attach a rope to the back.
Silence.
Attach it quickly.
Silas,
Attach
we have
a rope,
mission. Silas,
and we will
have a-
drag them,
Silas.
not their vehicle.
Oh, this'll be fun.
A rope.
Another enormous piece of just rock just lands close by, kicking up a huge cloud of dust and sand.
Oh, that would have killed
And then
us.
I turned to
a
Falkrunn.
creature, huge,
Creature.
but bizarre. You've never seen anything like it. It is bare skin, has a sort of a beak, and its eyes are rolled up, and it looks like its wings are broken in strange ways, but it has no feathers.
We need to go.
Silas,
Dinner.
we have a mission for the people of Elturel. We have to go.
I hit the gas.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Fine! And this creature closes its eyes, and a little red dot boom, floats into the air and then separates into 5, like an MIRV, and lands amongst you all.
Is it a
Make
spell?
It is a spell.
May I counter spell, please?
You may. Let me check something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can. Well,
I think we were fully on guard, expecting something.
Roll your you need to roll for it. It's cast at 5th level.
I have a 22 as a result.
And I'll shoot him. I'm going to shoot him.
To run. Go ahead and make an attack.
No, no, Jax. We only have.
No, Jax, you don't.
He's shot him.
So I'm
was an attack.
hitting. I had already said I hit the gas. That is what provoked the attack.
Yep.
Typhon did a counterspell. We're currently moving away. I have a question. Could Typhon tell what that spell was? He just countered.
Yes, it's a fairly common one. It was Scorching Ray, except cast at 5th level. It looked like it came from the headdress it was wearing.
I am currently driving. That is my thing that I'm doing. That's my action, my occupation. I'm going full speed as quickly as possible away from the thing. I'm out.
Hellstrom. As you disappear into the distance, or as you see the screaming goblins disappear into the distance, as you go, you see the Hellstrom coming closer and closer, and you realize that it is moving faster than you are. It will catch up to you. It is only a matter of time.
We were supposed to take the demonicker.
I was gonna shoot him.
You tried to get some once, but that was never successful, right?
Yeah, don't you have some from?
I think I have one. I failed before, but
I do not have that in my notes. If you've got it in your inventory.
Someone else remembered it, and he said yes. That's 2 votes.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that was a great
I
suggestion
forgot my
spell.
mask
Don't
of-
you have already one of those?
I forgot
This is
my
where we-
mask of pointy tentacles.
This is where we just try to roll a percentile to see if, say, Typhon actually did.
If anyone in the Twitch stream chat would like to choose now, it's a good time to donate some demon. That would be.
What would we even do with Demonicker? Like throw it at the...
No, it makes the machine move faster.
It's
Basically
like
like-
nitrous.
Yeah, it's like
Nitrous.
a furnace nitrous, but it can also cause the machine to
Of course.
Do bad things.
Hit
go
the
haywire.
nos.
Okay, so
So you are heading back the way you came, heading down this rise, leaving the goblins in the distance. And as you watch this enormous storm of absolute chaos crests the rise, and this wreckage is completely engulfed. Different pieces of wreckage are falling all around you. I will need a dexterity saving throw from the helmsman. As Falkrunn, you see an enormous piece of debris heading straight for you all.
So a dexterity check from me to not get crushed myself, or am I steering and I get my proficiency for steering?
So
I didn't understand the circumstance.
so
I
the
apologize.
it's the scavenger's dex save.
yeah,
isn't it?
the scavenger's dex save indeed.
But you also get to add your proficiency bonus because you have the
Okay, so
The
I'll just
impulse.
roll a d20 because
Okay.
I don't know what.
and you add +1 to it,
So it's a 15 on the roll.
and then you add your proficiency bonus.
it's +3.
My proficiency bonus, my main stat would be charisma.
No, so your
If I'm-
proficiency bonus is a separate little number up there around, I think, where the AC is.
+3. I was trying to
plus
double
3.
it. I was trying to.
So whatever
double
you
it.
roll-
but it's +3.
Okay,
Whatever you
So it's a
roll.
19 total.
Yes.
very good. So as
Falkrun's like Silas.
Falkrunn, Silas,
Silas.
Silas! Turn it just at the last second. And the large piece of wreckage lands right where you were.
Nice job.
Typhon, make an intelligence check for me.
Okay, I'm pretty smart.
I'm smart.
Yes, you are.
Let's just go with the 16. I was trying to decide whether or not to add something to it. But yeah.
The debris that's being rained upon you is coming from a very great height. Closer to the maelstrom might actually be safer from the debris.
Are we headed for the green room?
It's about to
Are
be
we
a
headed for the green
lovely,
room?
lovely day.
Are we going to the green room?
Do we think that actually bearing through it would be the better choice to weather it?
He didn't say through. He actually said ride the edge.
Okay. Well, I will relay that to Silas, though, that closer would get us out of the debris field, essentially.
Exactly.
I imagine that exchange goes, we should get closer. Everyone goes, closer?
Closer? You want to get closer?
I'm going to do an insight check on Typhon. Is he trying to kill it? No. He's given up on the whole party.
Cat snapped. I cast banishment on myself and go home.
Yeah. So.
Like, well, bye.
I can just see him. He reaches out to Rhimb, Islin. Give me some sugar, baby.
Out of here.
All right. I'm going to use my vehicle land ability and try to steer this thing, try to intercept it so that I can ride the edge of the storm.
Very good. So you do a turn and begin to follow what best you think is going to be a trajectory that's going to allow you to skirt the edge of it as you head towards this enormous roiling natural phenomenon of destruction. I will need you to roll a
survival.
Before he says what has to be done,
Athletics?
Falkrunn, I think he could use some guidance.
Oh,
in
no, absolutely.
Executing
No,
this
like
maneuver.
Falkrunn's got like one hand on like the chair and then the other hand on like Silas's arm, and is just like, whatever you're doing, do it well.
insight
I'm
or
a
perception.
paladin in hell. I'm surfing.
Insight or perception, your choice. And then this will be just to see how well you judge.
Silas, do you have inspiration?
Insight and perception are the same modifier.
Very
I
well.
do not.
Are you proficient in either?
No.
Can I
And you may
aid?
I'm a
add
paladin.
you may add your proficiency bonus because of your vehicle
You
training.
can have my inspiration.
So I'm rolling with. I've got a +1 on either skill,
Okay.
and then I've got a +3 for the mod.
Yes.
And I'm rolling with advantage.
Correct.
And it sounds like a D4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that.
No, she.
Can someone else give me that? You can do that.
Yeah,
I
you,
can
you got
giving
guidance as well.
I got you.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, whatever you're doing,
+6.
do it well.
Okay, so there's a 3
Do it better, please. Okay.
and a 10. All right, so roll your guidance.
So you got 14 so far.
By God, we're gonna
D4?
crawl our way to a victory.
Or D6. It's a D6.
D4.
Right.
D4 for guidance.
D4 for the.
Oh, for guidance. Okay.
15.
Hey, that's like a tier of success.
I'm
15
at
is a good
15.
number.
Yeah, that's
You
higher
move
than
closer
14.
and closer and closer.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Ability check. Vandria smiles on me.
All right.
Nice.
I can spend an additional D20. It doesn't say with advantage. It says spend an additional D20.
You got to take it.
Yeah, I don't like using lucky on a feat that on a score
an
that has
ability check.
already been rolled with advantage.
I actually think that's sorry to rain on your parade. I don't think you can use lucky if you've already rolled advantage on
You
something.
can.
It says
There's
whenever
one against-
you make a roll.
You can do it.
It says
you
when
can do
you
it with,
make a roll.
There's people would argue you can use it with
And rules as
disadvantage
written
and
don't
use
say-
the higher of the disadvantage as well.
Rules as written say add an additional D20. It does not say take advantage.
Right. This is the first time this has come up, so we
Yeah.
will acquiesce.
I'm just
to
reading
the
it.
group
I
this
didn't know if
time.
it would work.
I am not a fan of using lucky in this way. We will discuss it later, but you can use it in this way right now.
Happened to me on Friday.
Watch me roll a 1. It's okay.
But you've got to take it.
I don't actually know how to. Oh, there we go. You see?
Oh my god.
I will say that
For
with
the
a
benefit
roll
of those watching the stream,
Are you
for the
sure?
benefit of those watching the stream, DM, could you please announce the roll which I just made?
the lucky D20 was a roll of a 1. So
Oh, lucky.
Silas, are you sure that Vandria didn't abandon you? Like,
Oh, she's back.
is she?
You begin your run to skirt
Still had a
the edge
15
of
though.
this.
I get to choose which one I use.
You skirt the edge of this.
Still had the 15.
As you are driving, you see an enormous piece of looks like a sort of a bony body part that is just coming straight at you, and you panic for a second and juke the wrong way and move just enough into the maelstrom, and you hear as Lulu is sucked in, and you see a little golden form disappearing, going around. And now you have a choice. You can continue, or you can head in to try to rescue your friend.
Oh, we're going again, Lulu.
Going in.
I mean, come on. There's no.
Or I
We're
quit
getting
the
Lulu.
game.
Like, seriously, fuck
Alrighty.
those goblins.
I don't know
We're
why
getting Lulu.
Islin's even talking. Islin is not Lulu's
Let
friend.
me put my seatbelt on. This thing doesn't come with seatbelts, does it? Really?
I look at Falkrunn and say, you know, she survived in hell for a long time. Are we fools?
We're gonna
Yes.
get Lulu.
We
We're
just
fools.
should look at the other side.
We are
Going
fools
in.
who are going in after our friend.
We can resurrect her after the fact, right?
And I am officially stating I am steering. I'm going in.
Alrighty.
Shortest Avernus campaign ever.
No. Well, it sure was great playing with you all. Thank you so much. For
This
Really
is a
enjoyed it.
professional stream.
There's a tiny little dot in the middle of this map that I'm seeing. I don't know. Is that our chances of survival against the blackness?
Are you talking about that little line that's right there?
Yeah, some tiny
That is
little
some
thing.
that is some artifact from as I was
Okay, it's
constructing
not
the
there.
map. I have no idea why it's there. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it.
That is our last sliver of hope. That right there.
Literally.
The party now
if-
stands on the edge of a knife.
If you will look to the south here,
But a little.
this will be your vehicle. It does not match the exact vehicle that you're in, but it's more about your position as opposed to what you're actually driving.
I see
Can
nothing.
anyone see anything other than black?
I see black.
I get yeah. I see nothing.
I see black.
Black.
Well, let me see if I can
There's-
fix that.
I thought that was.
I see
intentional.
nothing, Lebowski.
Mine eyes, the goggles, they do not.
There's nothing.
And,
I wondered why nobody said anything when I.
Well, that's why I asked.
Okay.
I tried to give you that hint. Okay, now the top is illuminated, but the bottom is empty.
Yes.
Now we've got like half a maelstrom.
A ministrum.
Now
Now we have a full
there's a
strom.
black bar at the bottom of the screen. I
And
think
I'm
our
going
machine-
to take care of that right now.
All
there you
right,
are.
But I bet the people watching would love to see this. This is
As
pretty intense
you
looking.
move into this swirling just chaos, there is dust, there is grit. Each round that you will be in here, you will all take some damage. We will roll initiative.
Do we need to be on the board for that, or it'll take?
So, in terms of initiative,
Should
DM,
we wait for the board
question.
to come up?
That's a
We'll
good
wait for the
question.
board to come up, and we can fill it in if we need to.
Okay, fair enough. So you move in. Moving, you see the large arrows, which shows the direction of the spin. Moving
Sorry.
against it is at half speed. Moving with it is at normal speed.
So we should drag ourselves onto the board.
So
and
we can roll
position
initiative.
ourselves so we can roll initiative.
got it. Okay, okay.
I did a test roll that didn't show. So my
I mean-
first roll, though, was a 14.
Okay.
Before we do anything, Pixie has donated $9, which means if anyone hasn't got any D6s,
Oh, thank
there's
God.
3 chances.
Wait, 3 chances?
So we'll do
Three
the top
Wow.
3. We'll just all roll the top 3 scores. Yeah.
I have it
Let's
already.
do this quickly.
All right.
That's a good idea.
So I roll. We've got a 6.
Oh man, I got another one.
Looks like Jax took that one.
Sorry, a 9. We've got Falkrunn with a 14, Jax with a 17. Who else doesn't have one?
I think just me and
Is
you.
that it?
So I think you're the third, right, Silas?
Okay.
There
So
you
all
go.
the people that deserved one got one.
Yeah, that's pretty
Iceland
solid.
did not. I love you, man.
We're in a fight.
I got a minute. I got 17. That means I get all 3.
No, that's Jax. That's
Wrong.
So how do we mark that on the sheet? that
You
we have
don't.
that?
You just got to
Can't
remember.
actually. You have to just sort of remember it.
remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very
Fine,
much,
just gonna-
Pixie.
Thanks,
And
place is-
Patron.
Next
This
roll.
place is very frightening. There's a dead plant, a dead human, and a dead battle map right here.
Yeah. All right. So, in you go.
I keep trying to
Why did
get
that
my
come up?
initiative on that. There we go.
And if we could just all crowd our icons off the screen because we're driving on the machine.
Yes.
What happened to my music? Come back, music.
I can hear something.
That it would
Powerful
be the wind.
by
Powerful
Wild Dog
Wind.
Productions. Sorry,
There we go.
Just reading the jukebox.
My music is back now. It should be momentarily. Here we go. All right. Well, helmsman, you are first. In the clouds, you see shapes, and deep, deep within the middle of this thing, you see something enormous, just silhouetted against the smoke and clouds. But you can't make it out. In fact, you can't really see beyond 30 feet in any direction. However, you are now in the maelstrom. You take 2 points of force damage.
So that's per person,
All of us?
That's for you.
and I'm 3/4 covered. Does that matter?
It doesn't matter. It's just the grit and everything just going against you. It does not appear to be doing any damage to your vehicle, just to you.
Well, that was a good choice. We have a hardy vehicle. Typhon's intelligence came into play.
Psychic grit.
And do I have an actual move, or are we just rolling to see how much damage as I'm trying to pursue on the inside?
You get to decide what you want to do. Do you want to go counter to the direction of the wind, or do you want to go with the wind? Keep in mind that Lulu went with the wind and is out of sight.
I'm
So-
going with the wind, but I'm actually going to go with. I'm not making a sharp left turn. I'm making a slight left turn. Oops. To illustrate, if I don't know if you can see the line that I'm drawing.
All right.
So I've got
can.
100 feet of movement. I don't know what happens when I get to this ring.
I will tell you. So you move your vehicle. I will go ahead and move it for you. You move it to here. As you do, you feel like you're pushing through something, and the intensity of the wind increases. There's actually less grit in it, and you look up and you can see that the debris and everything that is here is actually going up above you. However, you are now beginning to see signs of other things in here with you. And as you move out of this, out of the area we were before, you all cease to have to take damage from the force of the grit and the wind. However, you realize that it's very likely that one of these things is probably going to collide with you. And that brings you to roughly here, I would say.
Okay.
Anything else, helmsman?
We could dash, can't we?
No, this cannot dash. This goes 100.
Machine cannot
Because
dash.
I'm going with the wind, I had only moved 40 feet to get inside that ring.
Mm-hmm.
I would normally have 60 feet remaining, but I'm going with the wind. You moved me 60. Would I actually be able to ride the wind to go faster?
Because you are on the ground, no. If you were somehow able to get airborne, that might change.
If only we had a flying elephant. Oh well. Okay, then I'm done.
All right, Silas. Jax.
She's already airborne. Jax is busy tying himself in.
Okay. So you spend an action strapping yourself down?
Yeah.
So you are now restrained in your seat.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. That will bring us to Typhon.
I thought I'd have an idea. Um,
I thought I'd be smarter than this.
This minor illusion can't really cause any light to generate. Is that correct?
No, it can look like light, but it doesn't actually behave like light.
Yeah.
It's like a painting of light.
I will use. All right. What would Lulu's favorite color be?
Pink.
Pink. On the, let's say, on the harpoon or whatever the tallest part of the war machine is.
Probably the very back of the aperture of the claw.
Yeah. So on top of that, just sort of sitting there, I will use the max part of the range. So just a 5 by 5 foot cube of pure, hot pink, the brightest, most pastel pink I can think of, just sitting there in a big old block. It looks like the graphics engine of Avernus had an error, and there's a giant floating through.
100% can confirm we are officially in hell.
I'm making a dead pixel in Avernus
Got it.
for
All
Lulu
right,
to try and follow.
Very good. Anything else, Typhon?
I don't know. That's all I can think of to do.
Love it.
And hold on really tight.
In a Barbie world.
All right, let me
Life is
take care of the
plastic.
turn order
Hell's
here.
fantastic.
I got behind Typhon. Persephone.
I'm going to hold an action, and if I see Lulu, and if I can grab her, of course I will. But if I see her and can immediately redirect Silas, I guess an action doesn't work this way. Like, I have to say exactly what it is. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. If you're holding an action, you need to decide what it is.
All right, then I'll just hold an action, to shoot off, to shoot off fairy fire if I see any bad guys.
All right, Falkrunn.
You
You are
muted.
muted.
Cone of silence. Falkren's gonna ask if anyone has any rope.
Yeah.
Jax has used his to bind himself to the.
We all do, right? If we haven't used it.
If you have rope in your pack and you are not currently using it to bind yourself to the machine, then yeah, you have it.
Apparently, I'm using in test wine.
Test wine.
Ha
I don't.
No one has any rope?
I better check if I've got any.
Crackshot team, love it.
We went to hell without any rope.
I've got rope.
Oh, we're in hell.
I have rope. It would have been very convenient if we already had rope trailing off the back of the vehicle. I'm just going to say that. It would have
And
been
dead
so
goblins to hang
convenient.
on to. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Silas, can I get your rope?
Take it. I'm driving.
So,
It's in the backpack.
Stop talking to me. I'm concentrating.
All right,
No,
it will be a action to rummage through Silas's pack to find the rope.
all right, excellent.
It's 50 feet. It'd be easy to find.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then
Good point. I have been.
I wasn't arguing the action point. I wasn't arguing the action. I'm just saying
Then Falkrunn
Bonus action.
Takes the rope and
that was just color.
so Falkrunn takes the rope and begins to tie it off to one of the harpoons.
Okay.
And then the plan is
Got her.
From the depths of hell.
the plan is to try to give Lulu a chance of something to grab a hold of. Actually, the plan was to shoot Jax at Lulu, but Jax has secured himself down. So
Very well.
Excuse
So
me.
you spend your bonus action grabbing the rope.
and then
As the wind is just whipping around you, your eyes are tearing. You find the rope, you tie it off, and begin scanning for Lulu. Anything else, Falkrunn?
and then I shout over my shoulder, "Do you think we should drop the ride? The damn buggy?"
No.
It's not lessening our speed, right?
Doesn't appear to be, no.
All right. And she's just scanning
Very good.
Where are you, you beautiful little elephant?
Islin,
So our visibility is only 30 feet,
only
correct?
30 feet, correct.
So I cannot see into the center of that circle.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Terrible at these. Let's see what happens. I got a 1.
Shapes, shadows.
All right. I will also hold an action.
Your action was making a perception check.
Oh, that was my perception check. Done.
All right. As you are driving along, Silas, you see something coming up, and before you can react, just coming out of the clouds is an enormous devil. Its wings extended as it flies with chaotic, trying to ride the eddies, and it is failing, and you come right up behind it, and it looks down and sees this light and lands on the front. It is... You look at it, and at first you think, oh, this is this giant skeleton, but it is actually just a white devil that's skin has been pulled so far against it that it looks skeletal. You fought one of these before at the bridges in Elturel.
Just flavor, I yell out. Someone stab it and make it bleed.
So
Or make it sign a contract for our help in escaping.
I don't think it's doing so well, but it might spill out something that helps our speed.
I have
What's
fairy
a devil,
fire
though?
cast on it.
But anyway,
Yes, your fairy fire, so, okay.
he said devil.
I would expect Typhon to know those things.
All right, if you could please, let's see. Which one are you guys in? You are in the top one. Very well. What?
You casting on us, did you say, or the... I didn't hear what you
No,
said.
I had a held action for fairy fire.
Fairy fire. She
Yeah.
did have a held action for fairy fire, if anything hostile.
Oh, nice. I'm
Right.
No,
Yes, if you
yeah,
could put
just
your,
panicking,
as Silas has
trying to
done,
figure out what to do myself.
Silas has done, put yourselves on the vehicle where you think you are. Silas, that red line up at the top there represents the white line in the other one. This appears to, what you're in right now appears to be a eddy of very, very strong wind, almost like a wall of intensity of this storm. If you move beyond that line, we all need to know.
Where's
And
That line would be closer to the middle.
Closer
I'm
to the
not
middle, indeed,
Spun
correct.
around, I'm okay.
where's
yeah.
the gun?
indeed. It doesn't really matter.
It's
The
where
gun is
you
wherever
are.
you want to be. Want it to be.
Probably here and here, right? Those are the stations.
Looks
feel like that
looks
makes
likely,
sense.
but I cannot tell from the graphic where the guns would be.
I would imagine they're sort of mounted over the rear treads.
I think it makes sense that in the same way that you are able to shoot in any direction as with a projectile weapon yourself, that you are able to move the harpoon thrower to shoot in any direction, with the understanding that if there's something in between you and your target, that you'll have the same penalties that it would be if you had an ally. Let's see here. So it comes landing right in front of you, Silas. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right. It lands. And you see its claws dig into the metal of the machine, gaining purchase so that it's no longer being blown. And it looks down at you, Silas, and attacks. But first, it makes a dexterity saving throw to see if
Lost
it
the turn
avoids the fairy fire. I have a 22.
Needs.
Fairy fire does not affect it.
Nuts.
It does not have the long hooked pole arm that it used before. It just has its claws, and it attacks you twice, Silas. Once.
I am under 3/4 cover.
Indeed. It has missed completely with its claw, and then its tail comes up and tries to come down. 3/4 cover.
I'm sure
+5.
this gives me
Plus 5 to AC. So the highest I have is a 20 on that sting.
I've got a 20. I've got an 18 plus a 5 would put me at 23.
So it sticks right next to you. It has not hit you. That is the end of its turn. that will bring us. I closed out the. There we go.
We can't see because it's a separate map.
I have to redo it.
We don't have initiative trackers on it. It goes per map. So.
Oh, that's annoying.
Do you want us to,
All right.
to re-roll?
Well, it's
No. We should keep the same initiative. You're welcome to reroll if you want, but I'm gonna just. It probably will be shorter if you reroll. Let's reroll.
we'll just
I
roll and
apologize.
then fix them,
Yeah, I remember what mine was.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Well,
find.
they're
mine.
all in, it's all in the chat, right? So
Oh.
Bone Devil went first with a 23, so I'm gonna put him on the board.
All right. Falkrunn coming in strong with her 8. Oh yeah.
are we keeping the old ones or are we doing the new ones?
That is going. I'm going to put that. Let's say. Let's do the old ones. If you remember what they were, then let's do the old
It's
ones.
on the board. We just have to.
Oh, cool.
Scroll
Yeah,
up
of course.
a little bit, right?
I'm good.
So, I do know the Bone Devil was first, higher than all of you. Silas,
And
I got
then
a 16.
Silas was next. Yeah.
So Silas, I'm going to.
But it looks like
delete that.
Islin had an 18 from that.
No, that was my.
She had an
my old was
8.18.
5. I rolled a 1
Yeah.
on my initiative last turn.
Okay, I got it. Got it.
Falkrunn, are you 9 or 8?
I'm an 8, but it. Oh, there. Good. Haha. Fixed it.
Persephone, I see a 9. Typhon, 9.16. I didn't realize that the turn tracker did not go past maps. That's annoying. All right. So the Bone Devil has gone, which brings us to Silas.
Did people just disappear from the turn tracker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like 3 people just disappeared.
Yeah.
I can see the turn tracker. I will call out the turns.
Sounds good.
Silas, you're next.
He's killed us all.
Jax is on
What?
Jax
what?
is on deck.
What can I do while still steering?
The machine, as long as you don't stop it, the machine will continue to move in the direction that you last set it, unless you
Okay.
put on the brake or it's just basically just stepping away and letting the car move.
Okay. I guess I'm going to reach to my side, pull out Iranian, and
All right.
stick it right through.
So the machine continues on in the same direction it was heading. Let me just see if that takes you any closer.
I did say I was trying to stab the thing.
Yes. So I've gone to the other map to check.
Because I could do my 100 feet of movement, plus I'm going with the wind.
The 100 feet of movement going in the direction that you were heading when you reached over to get your weapon keeps you in the same sphere of influence, ring of influence that you were, although you were now heading directly out of it. If you are to continue on this course, you will actually punch out of it.
That confuses me because I had gone up and then I angled in towards the eye. But then when you put us on this map, you have us going the other direction. So I went from northwest to suddenly southwest.
Okay.
It's the rotation of the vehicle. Unless the vehicle rotated, I was going towards the middle.
Very well. In that case,
I was attempting to cross the line, go with the wind towards the middle.
very good. Okay, fair enough. So in that case, while the vehicle continues to move at its 100 feet in the direction you last had it at, you cross over a invisible line, and you are suddenly able to make out in the middle of this maelstrom, in the eye, there is furious combat happening between several large flying fiends, bone devils. You see Vrox, some of these ones that you've seen, these giant vulture-like creatures. You see a couple that look like enormous insects just buzzing around, all attacking each other, and in their center, a gargantuan black dragon that is just slashing at everything. It breathes out a huge line of acid that completely annihilates a devil. And as you see it, the fear of this creature creeps over you. and you need to make a wisdom saving throw as the inevitable
Wisdom saving throw as
the
10.
inevitable horror of this ancient creature lets itself be known to you.
Is that everyone?
This is for everyone. This is Umberlix.
Wisdom.
And it is known as
I'm adding my
the Dying Moon.
I'm adding mine and all.
We'll go in order of initiative. We'll let Sean call us out to get the rolls,
I appreciate that.
Oh, come
rather
on.
than just saying what we got.
So, please give me a moment to reveal the things that you see on the board, so that it's not just.
So here I am. People told me the eye of the storm is calm, and I'm driving it. And Sean was laughing. He tried to steer me the other way as a niceness, and now we're screwed. Ready there?
It is
Ready
calm.
there, DM?
It does appear to be calm in the middle, as all these things are flying around and attacking each other. But you see them. They are not flying. They do not appear to have been affected by the wind. They are just in the middle of this thing, attacking, having this battle, traveling with it.
Okay.
And so, let us have.
So I would.
Go ahead.
But please, before I go to take my full action, my full turn, I will inquire something.
Okay. Go right ahead.
wasted my.
I didn't know if we needed to do our wisdom saves first.
Oh, yes. So at the top of the order, we have Silas.
That's a 20 20 save.
You have succeeded. This creature's presence washes over you, and it takes everything in your body to not just try to leap away from it, but you hold fast, holding to the power
That's
of
why I was
Vandria.
asking, in case I was in frightened condition, and my
Right.
action would have to be. So I wanted to do the save first.
So you are, we will be able to take your attack and all that wonderful stuff when we get back to you after we do the rest of the saves. Jax.
15. 16.
15.
16.
15. You are
16.
horribly frightened
16.
as you see this shape looming in the middle, and the very last thing you want to do is go closer. You want to get as far away from it as possible.
With a 16, yeah?
With a 16?
Is that a frightened condition?
It is the frightened condition. Typhon.
Does an 18 succeed?
An 18 does succeed.
Okay.
You look upon this creature, and as opposed to being horrified, you are fascinated. This gigantic creature that you've only heard about in legend, wings that blot out the light, this horned face. You watch as it spews acid with a power and a strength far greater than anything you've ever witnessed, and you are very impressed. That will bring us to Persephone.
Bro, nice.
Well, I got a 5, and then I used my inspiration and got a 6 total.
You have the frightened condition. Persephone, words have failed you. Your eyes widen in horror. Your mouth runs dry. You want to scream, but all that comes out is a squeak. The last thing you want to do is move closer to this creature. You are frightened. Incidentally, anyone who's frightened, all attacks while you can see this creature, which you all currently can, are at disadvantage. Falkrunn?
She'll use that emotion one day in a performance.
Do it out.
I rolled a 9.
9. This creature could destroy you all without even noticing it. If you even move a few feet closer, a stray drop of this acid could burn through each of you before you had a second to scream. Eastland.
I rolled a 15, but since I'm in a dragonborn body, I get a +6, right?
That would be cool if it was true.
That I failed. I was so proud of my 15 too. With my -1 penalty.
Eastland's experience with this sort of creature is just, you've never even come close to seeing anything this size, of this power, this immensity. You reach for, well, I'm a dragonborn, there must be something there that can help me, and there's nothing. If anything, you are more scared because you feel like you have an understanding of what this creature could do because of what you know you could do on a small scale. So, that is all of the wisdom saves taken care of. The Bone Devil's turn has ended. Silas, it is your turn.
Okay, where am I at now? Am I now in the eye of the storm, or am I in the last ring of the storm?
So,
what is that?
You have moved close enough to the eye of the storm to be able to see into it and therefore experience the very, very large width of this creature's frightful presence. However, you have not moved into the eye as of yet.
Okay, I was more concerned about, was I still being pummeled and things of that nature, or had I emerged into a more clear area?
No, you are still in the same area that you were before.
Okay, so I had this. So I had already taken out Iranian to stab the creature because this vehicle cannot dash. So I'm going to take a stab at it. Do I get any bonuses of any kind, or is it just a straight attack?
It's just a straight attack.
All right, let's see what we got. That would be a 24 to hit.
24 is a hit.
And that appears to be 7 slashing magic damage.
Very well.
And I'm going to smite that.
Very well.
I don't know what a demon hanging onto our hood will do. So that's going to be a D8 as a first level. And then I believe this is a fiend.
Mm-hmm, indeed. So another D8 on top of that.
Yep. So a total of, that's a 19 plus 7 is 26 total, all radiant and magic.
Very good. It screeches and digs in deeper into the machine, taking advantage of its great weight to avoid being sucked away by the maelstrom.
All right, that's gonna be it for me.
Very good. Jax, you are restrained.
Can it see me behind the gun?
You should check that out. I do not believe that the harpoon gets... I think maybe you get half cover.
Yeah.
Is it
however,
possible for me to hide from it?
restrained... Oh, damn it.
I mean, I'm sitting in the seat. I only want to fire the weapon, so would restrained come into...
I don't see anything... Yeah, I don't see anything about restrained that says you cannot use a skill.
No. Obviously, I'm sitting on the gunner seat, so I'm assuming
I'm
restrained
going
wouldn't
to
do
say
anything.
it's going to be a disadvantage since you can't really move in
So-
such a way as you would like to, but
Stealthy
you are
disadvantage.
naturally stealthy, so maybe you can sort of scrunch down inside your bindings a little bit to hide from it.
A 12.
12. 12 does not beat its passive.
Okay. I shoot it, so... I'll
This
just
will be a
use-
disadvantage because of
Is it-
being frightened.
Is it with the? Are you shooting it with the thing?
The harpoon, yeah.
Huh.
Does that? Because it's got a set bonus. Is it still disadvantage if he's restrained to the thing that he's shooting?
That's what I mean.
Well,
If
That's
he's
what I was
scared,
saying.
it's more about
Scared,
aiming
it's
it and
frightened.
being
He has the
scared.
frightened condition. That's why it's a
I
disadvantage.
apologize. I was-
Frightened is an attack thing. It's not. Is it a skill thing as well?
Well, you're attacking.
Yeah, I gave you disadvantage because you were restrained.
Yeah, but I'm in the seat, so I'm not going anywhere.
That's
anyway,
how
am I?
you're restrained.
It
You're
doesn't make
restrained by
sense to
the
me
seat.
that you should be able to stealth at all, Jax.
I'm small and I'm hiding behind the seat. But yeah, don't mind. I will shoot it with the. I haven't got the stats for it, but I'll use my short bow. 9.
Okay, a
that's a
9
bit
does
of
not
miss.
hit.
Okay, that's me done.
Alrighty.
I will get out of the rope then, as that's obviously causing me issues.
Okay, so your action was to fire.
Yep.
So this is bonus action. Can you bonus action hide?
Yes.
You bonus action hide. You use your action to fire. You do not have any more actions to get out of the restraining.
Can I not use a move action to get out of it?
I do not believe so. Although, since you restrained yourself,
It seems a bit. You know, I'm sort of
make a free acrobatics check.
Oh,
no,
you gave him
sorry,
something
sorry.
he's going to succeed at. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so because you rolled so high on your acrobatics, I will allow you to use your movement to wriggle out of the
Should've done
bindings
that
that
first,
you
shouldn't I?
yourself.
Isn't that an action to do that? Isn't it an action to do
Should have done that
acrobatics?
first.
I gave him a free acrobatics check.
I imagine he just does that thing where he just like puts his arms up and goes woo, and like slides
Something
through the
like
ropes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Jax, that's you done. Typhon.
Ridiculous.
Got it. So I will look at this creature and speak in Infernal and say, and how long would it take me to
this is-
scribble something
I-
really quick on a piece of paper?
I have a paladin for your
I could
tasty
do it at the same
enjoyment.
time as writing, as speaking.
So this
Really
is
quick?
you're casting banishment.
No.
What do you?
No. I'm
He just doesn't want us to know what he's
Could I
saying.
write on a piece of paper real quick as I am speaking to this creature?
Are you casting a spell?
No.
No. Okay.
All right. So what I want to say is,
I mean, I'm trying
You
to
are
picture
caught up in
getting
this
out
just
the,
as I.
getting out
Safe-
the paper,
you
writing
know,
it.
safe passage in return for not attacking us. This paladin can hit much harder than that. We have slain your kind. I aim not to impress. I only speak the truth. Safe passage to the other side of this thing, and then we end our truce.
All right, make a persuasion check.
All right.
And can I? No, I can't help because we're in.
Persephone goes, yeah!
That's.
I would
I
imagine if he
didn't
was
know.
saying that in Infernal, that she might
he said-
thoroughly be disgusted.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not persuasive. All right.
mean,
I'm finding it here. So.
Keep as they're rolling. Remember, I mean, just imagine in Lord of the Rings when the language of Mordor was spoken. That's
And-
Infernal.
So I see a roll of an 8. Adding anything to that?
Let's make it a 12 to maybe seem reasonable at least. As I was using logic rather than persuasive, as was my idea, rather than charisma. So that was the idea behind my saying, these are true statements, not exaggerations.
It's legit.
Can I consider this an attack roll against me?
Sign here.
Agreed.
Nice. Good job.
This one must throw his weapon into the maelstrom.
And he points at Silas.
Oh god, no.
Eat it.
Technically, we're in the maelstrom, so if you just put your weapon down, it would be agreed. I cast in a message. Just kidding.
Okay, so that is anything else from you there, Typhon?
I think that's probably all I can do.
All right. Persephone.
My idea was drawing up a contract.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
They
So-
would definitely have taken a roll of some sort to do all of that.
I
It
know,
would
I
have
know.
been-
But my that's just what I was my obscure reference to writing on a piece of paper was.
Got it.
That's
Yeah,
what that's
I understand
all I'm
now.
explaining. So
All right, so that brings us to Persephone. Falkrunn,
right.
you are on deck.
Falkrunn, I reach over, take the end of the rope, and start to tie it around my waist. And I tell Falkrunn, don't let go of the other side. And
The other
that
side
my
of what?
action- Of the rope. There are two sides to the rope.
Furious. I just got freaked out by a dragon, so I'm a little.
Oh, me too.
She's like trying to tie the rope off to the rest of the harpoon.
And then I want to ready an action. I'm gonna use the dimension door cloak if I see Lulu to go grab her.
Okay, make a perception check.
That would lose the rope.
It would lose the
Ooh,
rope.
with a 21. You cannot see her. And as you are looking and you see the 21, you are able to force yourself to look in the eye, and you can get a sense of how large it is. There is no physical way that she could possibly be anywhere near you at this point, as of yet, in terms of how fast she was going around.
Okay. Is it possible? Was my perception my action, or can I still hold the action like I'm just...
No. Perception was the action.
Okay. Then...
but I feel like that knowledge is
yeah.
relevant. Okay.
But can I... So how do I, if I want to, like, for several remaining turns, I just want to look for her, and if she comes in, like, a reasonable sight, like, not with an action, but just that I see her, that I dimension door to her.
So on your next turn, you can say that you are holding that action.
Okay. I thought
Dimension door will take you to her, but it will not bring you back.
I have the rope tied to me.
Nope.
Will the rope stay with the cape?
The rope would stay.
Yeah. Okay.
You would out of the rope, and you would know this.
The rope is not a willing creature that
No. I named the rope Steve, and he says...
Well, is she saying that she would have the rope which is tied down, or she would just have a bundle of rope which would be a carried item?
If you have the rope just on your person, not tied to anything, you can take that with you. But if you want the rope to be attached to the machine,
Dimension
and
door,
you
which
dimension
you
door,
to be able to be pulled back.
yeah, you are you.
I didn't know if
dimension
you
door
intended to lasso it after you got it.
would be really cool. Really hard, but really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
I will rethink that plan, but
Very
that's all
well.
I'm going to do for now.
Okay. Falkrunn.
So,
Eastland's on deck.
are we friends with that thing? Is that the deal? Typhon, look at me.
Who here speaks Infernal?
Who speaks Infernal first? Yeah, we heard Typhon spit some words.
Yeah, I heard him spit
That were
something.
hellish.
Okay.
I mean, all right.
All right, fine. Fuck it.
What? I just took way too much time on my turn, so I was trying to get it over quickly. But
No,
would
no
it,
worries.
would it
So,
have been reasonable that I would have said to say, "We have a temporary understanding," or something like that, or I don't know.
That's like a free action.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And Falkrunn, you look at it, it appears to be
I raised the people's eyebrow at Typhon on that one.
looking around, looking at all of the taking careful note of all of the various places where everybody is, and you see its tail lashing up, and you realize that it has reach. It will be able to take a couple of steps and hit all of you if it wishes.
All right.
Perhaps somebody who is not in 3/4 cover.
Do I see anyone who's not in 3/4 cover?
The only now that Silas has stood up to attack, nobody is.
Got it.
I didn't say I stood up. I said I jabbed through the windshield. Like,
So then
That's
I'm going to
true.
go ahead. So
That's true. Fair enough.
okay,
So
I didn't think I
I'm-
could stand up.
so then
I'm
gonna go ahead.
not arguing. I'm just. I didn't intend to stand up. I was
So
just
I'm taking my
trying to jab it.
harpoon, bringing it around, and like just keeping it trained on the devil.
Holding an action. Okay.
Yeah, holding action, be like, just try it, you piece of trash.
Okay, so we won't worry about it now, but Silas, unless you stood up, that attack you made was at disadvantage. So from now on, if you want to make attacks, you need to tell me that you're standing up and you can stand up on the helm. There's nothing that is keeping you from standing. Eastland.
There's no way to use an action to unfrighten yourself, right? Like, you're stuck with that until you're out of the view of big gargantuan.
That's a good point. All of you who are frightened should be making wisdom saving throws at the end of your turn to see if you throw off the effects of being frightened.
Okay, that's what I thought. There's really nothing else for me to do as well, so I'll hold an action in case the truce breaks on
Ooh,
behalf.
Falkrunn.
Roll the 17 for my wisdom save.
17 is not enough for an ancient dragon.
God, I don't even think it's possible for me to succeed. But yeah, I'll hold an action of short bow attack in case the demon breaks the truce. And my second attempt at a wisdom save is a 5, so I'm done.
Am I immune to the fear since I did it?
Yes,
once?
you. Once you have succeeded, you are immune. What did you roll?
Me?
I'm checking back. I thought that 18 was enough. I was mistaken, but my mistake. So,
When I said does 18 succeed, I was asking because I could have used arcane deflection to.
Okay, we want to say that you did that then.
Sure, if
All right,
that
so,
makes better.
yeah, that does make it
my
better,
turn.
yes.
My following turn, I did not cast a spell, so I'm still
Okay.
in the clear. So
Good,
a
very
leveled
good.
spell. So yeah.
Very cool. Hey, I love it when it works out. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the turn. Eastland, can you repeat again what you said you were doing?
Oh, I was holding an action in case the Bone Devil broke the truce to shoot. And
Very
then
well.
I rolled my wisdom save and failed.
Okay, so that brings us to the top of the order. The Bone Devil begins to move slowly, each of its clawed feet digging into the metal as it positions itself around Silas to a more advantageous position. Well, there we go. Okay, to here. It is still hanging on to this machine, and you see its wings being carried by the wind as it is standing there. And it looks like it is holding an attack. Which will bring us to Silas, who is not here. He, I'm sure, has had to do something very important. So, we will wait 1 second for him. Does anybody have any questions about what else is going on here?
Is the wind enough that, like, is Lulu only flying because she flies, or is it because anybody would fly in that sort of tornado?
Certainly somebody that had wings would be more likely to fly. If you leave this machine and are airborne, you will definitely move further than you would if you were to just fall, but not as far as something that has a fly speed.
You wouldn't be kept aloft, though, like in a tornado.
No, however, it might be worse if you weren't.
Okay.
Okay. Everything okay, Silas?
Yes, no worries, no problems.
Then it is your turn.
Okay, so am I
Jax, you're on
to
deck.
understand that I apologize, the last few moments of conversation were a little bit blurry to me. I noticed that the demon has moved.
It has. It moved to a more advantageous position where it was going to be able to attack more people, but it is holding an action, apparently.
And I understand that Typhon made some comment about
Could I
something, right?
just
Typhon had words with it and then said, we have a temporary truce. And it's looking down at you, Silas, expectantly.
is it? Can I make a comment, or am I done?
You're done.
All right.
It had a opportunity to attack, yes?
It has yet to take it.
But it did have an opportunity.
It's got a held attack.
I mean,
Yes.
in terms of, yes, an initiative, yes. In this,
A
in this
demon
12-second
working its
period.
way up, an infernal machine past me, but not attacking me. I could
Correct.
conclude that it could perhaps be holding its action. You said it seemed to be looking expectantly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to first drive
Okay.
and try to continue angling just slightly inward. Again, I'm going to try to ride the inside edge.
Is Silas a careful driver?
No.
He is, though, right? Like he's like a race car
I have
driver.
proficiency with
He's all
driving,
about
yes.
he's all about 12 and 2, right? So to be about 12 and 2, he probably has to put his glaive down.
Oh
on
yeah, the
ground
glaive is down.
to go
Yeah.
to go 12 and 2.
I'm not. I
Yeah.
stabbed and then put it down. I'm in the middle
Yeah.
of a storm in hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The glaive is now
Don't know.
next to me.
All right. Let me think for a moment. So you are moving further towards the center into the eye?
Just barely.
Oh, 12 and 2.
For those of you who are under the effects of the dragon frightful
They can't
presence,
stop me. They
this is horrible. And either you need to stop Silas from doing what he's doing, or you're going to be compelled to jump off. Those are your two choices.
They're not willingly moved. This is forced movement.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
forcing them to move.
Doesn't matter. They have the option to move away by jumping off. So your two choices are to jump off
any
or
way
to
to know
force
that?
Silas. I don't think so. Either get Silas to stop moving closer to the eye or jump off. So Silas, you take your action to steer. You move 100 more feet.
I'm not cutting straight in towards the
I
thing.
understand.
I'm just
I understand
angling
completely.
around.
So I'm going to say that you have roughly 20 more feet before you break through the wall and into the eye. Make sense?
Then I'm just going to stay on that edge.
Got it. Yeah, that's
Because
exactly.
if I go into the eye, then I'm fair game.
Right, I'm just wanting to make sure that we're on the same page. So you are riding the edge of the eye about
In
20
the
feet
storm.
away. Yeah, about 20 feet away from breaking into the eye.
Yes.
Got it.
So I'm not going into the eye. There's a fight in there, and I'm driving a thing that's land-bound.
Yeah,
and there's
but,
a bunch of flying things and a giant black dragon.
Something's hanging onto the side of the thing that might want to go inside the eye. I don't know.
So that is Silas's turn. Jax, at the start of your turn, you look up and you see there's something else that Silas is heading straight for. And before you can call out a warning, you see about 20 imps just in a swarm, and the machine just goes right through them, and you see parts and bits and pieces of imps going flying.
Heck yeah.
Silas approves.
And 6 of them land on the machine and they start attacking everything in sight. So give me a moment to bring them up.
Oh, they of course should make a dexterity check to see if they can even hold on like that in the middle of the
Of course
storm.
they do.
I mean, honestly, that was my plan, to ride in the storm, the edge of the storm, so that nothing could really get to us. Now we're being beset by bugs. It's like driving through the country at night in the summer.
Yeah, right.
Cicadas as big as your head.
That's the ping sound.
Oh, okay. Getting like
Just to
smeared.
clarify, nobody jumps ship, right?
Not yet.
Oh boy.
Okay. A lot of them failed. You see, many of them have just been completely ripped up and ground under the wheels. You see one actually hits the bone devil and it like splatters all over its bony carapace, and it just sort of throws it off. The ones that are not outright destroyed all sort of scrabble and try and grab onto this thing as the wind is continuing to blow them. All these creatures are flying against the wind. They look like they're either trying to move into the eye or out. But you, going with the wind, are moving at a much faster pace than they are. And you see most of them actually fail to grab onto this thing. However, 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them do manage to
We're gonna need a
thing.
bigger infernal machine.
Or a bigger contract so they can sign
layer.
their
There it
names.
is. Do manage to make their way onto the machine. So I'm going to just put them on in random places. There's to the front, please.
Now, as he's moving, I wonder if the definition of the held attack was if that paladin hits me or if anything attacks me. I wonder if the demon gets a held attack on the imps, or whatever they are.
Whose side are you on? So
Survival.
there's not much room on this thing now, so I'm going to have them actually around, just understand that they are holding on,
Yeah.
even though it looks like they're just sort of in space. So you have
In
In space.
so
Hey, Ryan.
let me move in a little closer here so that I can see better.
Love you, you beautiful nerd.
Okay, so Silas, one is right in front of you, and looking, you see it. Its eyes are just wide, and it's reaching down to grab your hands, looking like it's going to try and pull you out of the force you to drive in a different direction. It's making a grapple attempt. So I will need an athletics or acrobatics roll. For you.
I will do athletics.
Very well.
Since it's reaching in to grab something, can I get disadvantage on it?
You want it to have disadvantage on you?
It's in the contest. It's trying to hold on and it's trying to steer the vehicle.
It's just trying to grab you at the moment. I was using that for flavor.
Okay, I was like, yeep.
It's just
So
a grapple check.
I'll make my athletics roll.
Yep.
That's a 17.
Yeah, you succeed. It cannot break your grip. It's just, and its face is right in front of you. Its mouth is open. It looks like maybe it's thinking about biting your nose. There's one right in front of you, Jax. It attacks you with its tail.
The dark elf just stole my nose.
Hitting AC 16.
Missed.
You dodge out of the way. There's one that attacks Persephone. It tries to sting you with its tail, hitting AC 13. Misses. And the last one attempts to hit Typhon with its tail. Little does it know. Oh, I have a crit! So that is 3 points of piercing. No, so doubled. It's 6 points of piercing. 14 points of poison?
Negative.
That's right.
I don't care.
No poison. So that punctures into your skin, and you see it pumping something into your veins, and it's a little spicy. That is, I believe, all of them. One on Silas, one on Jax, one on Persephone.
Typhon's going to guest stir on hot ones.
There's two on
wings.
Typhon, excuse me.
Oh,
The other one
I have
attacks.
2 versions of The Last Dab in my fridge right now. I love that show, and I love their hot
so you know
sauces. So, yeah.
11 is the attack of that imp. So, all right, the imps actually went out of order. So, normally they would have gone before Silas. So, Silas took his turn to drive more. The imps came in. Next round, they will go before Silas. Jax, it is your turn.
I'll look to the imp and say,
Needles, is that you?
realise that it's not, I'm going to stab him with my dagger.
Disadvantage, please, because of the frightened.
Wow. Like it matters.
26.
God.
That is a hit.
9 damage.
9 damage?
Magical damage, yeah.
Got it. Very well. Anything else?
No. Can't do anything.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I'll move away from the circle. I'll disengage. 5, 10, 15.
I just see Jax scrabbling across the vehicle.
Great. So you see Jax, his blade dripping with devil ichor, comes coming across the thing with his eyes wide with panic, looking at the enormous creature in the middle.
That's a dragon. It's a bit scary.
Jax, you need to get away from this thing.
Yeah,
How
no,
are you
that's why
going
I
to do
moved
that?
away from it.
Okay.
I did move away from it, didn't I?
You did move away from it. That's true. Typhon.
Okay.
Before you go, Typhon, please make another wisdom saving throw, Jax.
Nope.
No. You are still frightened. Typhon, now it is your turn.
Okay. Minor illusion is still up. Our little pink Lulu beacon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it
Duration is a
concentration?
minute, so no, it's not.
Yeah,
but,
I didn't think so.
All right. I'm no good at looking for her, but these imps are annoying. So are they essentially only able to stay on this thing because they are holding on to the outside of the machine right now?
That is true.
Okay. So I'm going to use the Ring of the Scorpion to make an attack against the one on the front that is sort of harassing Silas.
Very well.
And I will do that. Have a 24 to hit.
That it hits more than once.
For it'll be 6 magical piercing.
Very well.
But I would like to pull it the full 10 feet and hopefully dislodging it from the thing just
as you pull it, and it's sort of held by your magic for a second, and it sort of begins to kite up in the air, looking down, and then the magic fades. It's gone. Anything else, Typhon?
I'm just gonna look around and just trying to think of what we're trying to do here.
Very good.
Keeping an eye out for Lulu, but not with my action.
Persephone.
All right.
Falkrunn, you're on deck.
I have to move away first,
You do.
right? And then I can roll to see if I'm not frightened anymore.
Correct. Right, as you move, the imp will take an attack of opportunity.
Did you move out of its reach?
I was next to him.
Okay, it looks to me, Persephone, I mean, you are now standing on top of the rolling wheel. However, yeah,
So
don't worry
I'm
about that.
dead.
Just
Don't worry
hamstering
about
it, like hamster wheeling it on the
Try
edge.
to run away.
I would say that, so, okay, you were able to move into that area. There's a little cover over the wheel that you're able to stand on, but you look down and you see right beneath your feet. You have one wrong step, and you're going to lose a foot.
Awesome. Okay. So, and then it takes a attack of opportunity.
You did move out of its threatened.
Oh, awesome. Then, you know what? I'll just, the imp that I am standing on, I will attack.
Okay. You are sharing this little platform with it.
12 to hit.
12 is a hit.
Nice. 6 piercing.
Okay. This is with the magic rapier.
Magic rapier.
Okay.
And again.
With the dagger.
Nope. Just my second
With
attack.
the rapier. Again.
The rapier, 21.
You cut it across. You stab it. It's
Oh, yeah. I have disadvantage because I'm frightened. So
Thank you.
let me re-roll both of those.
So we'll say that the first one was a hit with a 21, so
Okay.
6. Second one is
Hit with the 21. Yes, I see what you're saying. So 6, and then the second roll is
an 11. 11 does not hit.
11, and then I have a disadvantage, so it'll just get worse. So I'll try with my dagger now.
And 11 does not hit, but that would also be a disadvantage, so
Yeah.
you have missed. So you have wounded it, but it is still up. Anything else, Persephone?
Do I get to do another wisdom save?
You do.
Is this 7 way better than the ones I rolled before?
The looming presence of this creature is still there. I want to stress that it's not the fact that you're moving away from it is good. You can't willingly move closer to it. The fact that what you are on seems to be moving closer to it, this is the issue that is causing you to contemplate jumping off.
Got it.
We'll let one round go by, but the next round you will either need to convey to Silas that he must move away or you are jumping off.
Can I communicate to him as a free action?
Yes.
So I just scream, totally panic-stricken. Probably have never heard Persephone talk like this before. Stop driving toward that!
All right. Falkrunn, Eastlin, you're on deck.
So Silas is currently steering, like driving the car again.
He has
yes?
moved perceptibly, but not very. Not. He hasn't gone like directly in. He hasn't taken a right angle.
No, I mean like he's currently driving the.
Yes, he
the
used
vehicle.
his action to drive.
Excellent. Okay, so like Falkrunn is going to move up, like so moving through Yislin's space. So that's the 10, and then 15 to there. She like gets right behind Silas. She's like, if you go near that damn dragon, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. And so then from there, she then turns and like points at the imp on the back of the thing and is going to toll the dead.
Toll the dead.
And a little Andy Bernard there.
Yep.
I'm gonna lose. My God.
I have rolled a 15.
Mind.
A 15. Is it meet to beat? For
If I roll a 15, then
the spell
I've
save DC is 15. So
I've succeeded.
All right.
The defender always succeeds on a tie.
Ah, there it is.
So this thing is barely hanging on. You see it. It's holding on to a wound in its belly where Yislin hit it before. It just, but it doesn't appear to be doing anything other than just holding on and bleeding. Eastlin, Bone Devil, you're on deck.
Like most of us.
Thank you. Eastlin is going to attack the injured imp, and 11 at disadvantage.
11 does not hit.
Yes.
Anything else, Eastlin?
She's going to move that one free space closer away, and she screams panic to Silas. If you don't get away from that dragon, I'm jumping off and I'm taking Rhimb with me.
Oh, nice.
Roll that wisdom save. Ooh, so close, Falkrunn.
What? 20?
20. I don't see a 20.
No. I'm just saying 20 is the save.
Yeah, Falkrunn rolled an 18, 19.
He rolled an 18, right?
I used my inspiration to roll a wisdom save.
I did not hear the inspiration call.
That's all right. I was going to say I used my inspiration on my wisdom save.
All right. In that case, it is a 19. I'm trusting you here, Falkrunn, because I did not hear that you were going to use inspiration. It needs to be announced ahead of time. But yeah, cool, got it.
You didn't roll it with inspiration, so there's that. It's not like it went and then
yeah. I understand. So Eastlin, you do not succeed with the 17.
I don't think it's going to be possible for me to get it. So, all right, keep going.
Roll natural 20.
Just that, casually.
Bone Devil goes.
Half-elf, throw that weapon over, or I will destroy your friends.
It says that in common?
Yes. And it is holding an action. The imps. Let's see, there is one imp here that moves a little closer towards Typhon and attacks. Hitting AC 16.
I will use Arcane Deflection.
Very good. It is missed. The other one does not do anything. It just holds there. The one here that is in front of East. Let's see. You have 3 on you, Typhon, right? Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah. So the one that is close to you attacks Eastlin. Missing. And the other one attacks you as well. Does Arcane Deflection continue?
It does not.
All right, so that I have a 15.
Misses.
Misses. All right. Right, Persephone is right, and I'm going to move him just right there. But he is actually there on attacking Typhon. Okay, that brings us to Silas.
Are you sure? I can't see the turn tracker. I'm being serious. that's
yeah, you are definitely next in the turn tracker.
Okay, very good. Well, I only have one weapon, and I'm not about to toss it. As long as this thing is steered in the way that it's steered, it's going to keep going that way. So I'm going to turn as I stand up, since I thought there was a roof, but there's not. And I'm reaching down, picking up my glaive, and turning, and my intent is obviously not to throw it.
It takes an attack on you. Having stood up, you are no longer in 3/4 cover.
I'm only in half cover now, yeah.
And it is now back on with an AC 20, doing 16 points of piercing and 14 points of poison. I will need a Constitution saving throw, Silas.
That's 16 and 14 for a total of
Correct.
30, correct?
Yes, indeed.
And a Constitution saving throw, you said. That is a 6.
Failed. You are poisoned for 1 minute. At the end of each of your turns, starting next turn, you will be able to repeat the saving throw to end it, but until you do, you are at disadvantage on attacks and skill checks. However, you do get your turn.
I'm going to attack it,
Very well.
since it did in fact attack me. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I am using my special training as best I can to be precise.
All right.
And then I'm going to attack it with my glaive.
Ooh, good roll on
Hold
the
on.
precision
that
attack.
that was the precision, so 8 plus 7 is only a 15.
Fortunately, a 15 does not pierce its armor.
I would say too, he wouldn't need to declare the precision before the attack, right?
I
And
know,
waste
but I
that
wanted to.
resource.
Yeah, you
wanted-
wouldn't have to.
I
Also,
wanted to. I wanted to make it clear that I intended to do that.
Gotcha. Sorry, I know you know how to play.
no,
but
no.
Just, yeah.
I want to make sure, did the poison auto roll at disadvantage? Can't tell if it did.
No, it didn't.
It doesn't show in the formula that it
No.
did, so I assume it did not.
However, it is a moot point since you missed. Even if you miss more, it's not going to make a difference. However, you still have your bonus action. No, wait, you used.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
yes.
it did. It did roll it because. Oh, no. I mean, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, it didn't.
Hold on. Rolling 8, 1d20 plus 6 equals 2 plus 6 equals 8.
Right.
So it must have, because it must have rolled disadvantage for me in the formula.
No, you rolled
There's
a
no
2.
way that I.
It says you roll
Okay.
a 2 plus 6 to attack. It's an 8.
Okay.
There's nothing in there for 2 attacks.
Anything else you would like to do, Silas?
Yeah, that thing hurt. That sucked. I'm going to second wind,
All right.
because if that hits me again like that, then I'm dead. Which
Okie dokie.
didn't get much back, but I got 7 points back, and that's it for me.
All right, Jax, Typhon, you're on deck.
So I've got to jump, right?
Silas, you said that you were going to continue moving the thing. You stopped.
It was steered to go straight-ish with the storm. So we go no closer. We stay
Go no
20 feet.
closer.
20 feet from the line, so to speak.
All right, he has not gone closer. So you are not compelled to jump. But I'm going to go ahead and move you to there.
Can I sit down again?
Sure.
I didn't
movement to
use
stand
any
up?
movement. Yeah.
Half your movement to stand up, attack. Half your movement to sit
All
down. You can sit back down. Yep, no problem. Jax, you do not have to jump off because you're not moving. You did not move any closer.
Okay. I will move to there and attack this one.
All right.
For a 13 to hit.
13 does not. Is that on an imp?
On an imp, yeah.
On an imp. But 13 does hit.
Because I am flanking, 10 piercing magical damage.
That is a hit. Let me get back to that map. Not that map.
Get sneak attack because it's engaged.
No, because I've got disadvantage.
Right.
10 magical damage.
On that one there. It crumbles and falls off. It gets ripped up in the wheel right under Persephone's foot.
Okay.
Ew.
Indeed. Anything else from you, Jack, other than your wisdom saving throw?
Just my wisdom saving throw, which no doubt I will fail. Yep.
I'm afraid you are still frightened.
Natural one.
Typhon, Persephone, you are on deck.
All right. I will sort of shout out to Silas that we need to pull out of this storm. Lulu has survived this far. I can't say the same for us.
Isn't that what I said before we drove in?
I will say, Silas, that because the nature of a curve, since you're not steering, you have moved a bit further away from the eye of the storm, going in this straight line.
Is the Bone Devil also grasping onto the machine?
It is.
Like, all right.
Did the Bone Devil like roll its save versus fear? So I'm just clutching.
I might clutch back.
Might not be capable of fear. Let's see. Should I do it? I'm gonna try it. I'll say in Infernal that you've made a mistake, and I'm so nervous. Try to use the Ring of the Scorpion. I have 25 to hit.
25 is a hit.
And he's large, correct?
He is large.
I can dislodge his position and pull him. All right.
So he takes 7 points of damage as he's just his stinger pulls out of Silas and he looks down. It's pulled up into the air by your scorpion ring, and he's carried away by the storm.
I'll stab him on his way out.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Okay. Persephone, it is your turn.
All right. I'm just.
You're muted.
I'm gonna keep attacking that same imp. That's all I can
Go for it.
do. So I'm rolling at disadvantage. 10.
10 is not a hit.
Again. 13.
13 is a hit.
Yes, 10 piercing damage from my.
Are these all at disadvantage because of being frightened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10 and 13. So, yep. Do your damage, and that will kill that imp.
Nice.
There's a slight jolt as the machine just sort of runs over it.
Who's next in the turn order, please?
Falkrunn is next.
I will give Falkrunn bardic. Do you have you used your bardic inspiration, correct, Falkrunn? You don't have it.
No, I don't have it. Did
So,
you give it to me?
I'm about to. So Persephone gives Falkrunn bardic inspiration and says, saying, "If we can meet a dragon and live to tell the tale, think how many things we could possibly do after." Now you have that, but it only lasts this round, I believe.
Alrighty.
10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Never mind, 10 minutes.
So that brings us to the end of Persephone's turn. Falkrunn, Yislin, you're on deck.
All right. So, have we, DM, have we seen or caught any sight of Lulu as this Maelstrom's been whipping our butts?
No one has seen her. You can make a perception check if you wish to use your action.
All right. There's no more imps on the board, so
That's correct.
yeah. I really want to. I want to try to find her.
Okay, make a perception check.
All right.
Oh man.
I'm afraid with an 8, all you see is the this enormous dragon that's in the middle. That is.
Yeah. I imagine
up your entire
burning my
field.
bardic won't help that very much.
It depends on what you roll.
Might help on your frighten though.
I'm not frightened anymore.
Oh, must be nice.
Oh, I didn't get to redo my frighten.
Oh well, yeah, but please roll your wisdom. Thank you.
Ooh, somebody got a spiteful nose.
So I see a 17.
Wait, that's
Anything
my
you can add
nose.
to that? Nope.
No, I don't.
Sorry, you are still frightened by this
Oh.
horrible, horrible thing that should
God.
not exist in the middle of this storm. All right. That will bring us to Falkrunn with your 8 on your perception.
Yeah.
Do you want to use your bardic inspiration on it?
That's why I gave it to you.
I'm saying we absolutely have to. We should use it. By gosh, if we haven't.
Save
so.
it for when your roll is higher.
Oh, good. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So with a 9 on my perception, now what do I see?
Wow.
Slightly more nothing.
Okay. It's a really big dragon.
Is indeed. So that will bring us to Eastlyn. Silas, you are on deck.
No more imps anywhere to be seen. We are not
Correct.
being bombarded. Okay, then I will also try to perceive Lulu.
All right. I'm afraid a 10 is not enough.
All right, and I will fail my wisdom save, and then I'll be done.
Very well. Silas, it is your turn.
You did.
Thank you. Currently, I'm seeing the big map.
Yes, I've moved you all to the big
I
map
want
because
to
it
make
was more
sure
useful.
there's nothing threatening me of which that I am unaware.
Correct.
Okay. Hearing the frightened cries, as though fragile from my companions, especially the dark elf, I'm just actually going to punch it straight out. I'm drawing a little arrow. Hopefully you can see it.
I can.
Everybody's screaming at me to get away, screaming at me to get away. Typhon repeated my own logic back to me about Lulu surviving such things. So I'm going to just take my action movement to move that way and let you tell me how that works out for me before I figure out my next thing.
All right. So you're going to move your 100 feet?
That's my regular movement, right?
You turn it to there? Yeah, you turn it roughly like that or a little less?
Little tiny bit less. I'm not trying to go against the wind, but I'm trying to spit out. My goal would be to land here-ish. Given the wind is pushing me this way, if I try to go straight like that, it would push me anyway. So I'm
So about right here?
kind of slingshotting me out.
Or more than that. So you can go 100 feet. So about to there?
I can't see what you're pointing at.
Oh, sorry. So that would be 100 feet.
If that's what I can do. And this thing can't dash, so that's just my regular movement, right?
Right. As you move out into that area, you begin to be bombarded with bits and pieces of debris and damage. You take 3 points of force damage.
Okay. And I am currently poisoned.
Correct.
Does that do anything? Do I have to...
You need to make another constitution save. See if you can throw off
Okay.
the effects of the poison.
I didn't know if I took any further damage.
No.
That is a 5.
You are still poisoned.
I'm still poisoned. I'm
Half-elf
going to
kidneys
use...
are weak.
Pardon?
Nothing. Sorry.
Pardon?
Shut up. I'll shut up.
Pardon?
I'll go over here. I'm going over here. I'm gonna shut up.
I didn't hear him try to sell me. I didn't hear that.
He insulted you. He didn't try to sell you.
He actually talked me up.
Yeah.
He talked me up. He said I'm a threatening paladin using smites, and I could hit even stronger, but I don't know that.
You heard what I meant, not what I said. That's
I know.
You could lay on hands.
No, that's an action. I mean, that's That's what I'm debating. I'm looking at it, hovering over it. Assuming that I have an action.
Your action was to drive.
My action. So that's. I don't know the mechanics very well. Of the
So
Infernal Machine and all that.
as driving the helm, you can use your action to move 100 feet.
Okay, then I'm driving. That's it.
Now, if you don't want to change your direction, you can just do whatever you want, and the machine will move whatever you want. Yeah. So you
people are
change direction.
freaking out and screaming at me, and there's a pink banner waving behind us, telling Lulu where to find us, like some kind of awesome pride flag.
100 feet, and you've moved out of this denser swirling of debris where you can still see. As you move by, you see something going by that looks like it should be flying gracefully, but is instead being tossed around by the wind. And you are now out of that, and you're into an area that has much more debris, and therefore you are taking stinging bits of damage as they find openings in your armor and your soft flesh. Anything else, Typhus?
I think that's all I can do, right?
All right,
I don't have any cool bonuses or anything, so.
Jax, at the start of your turn, you take 4 points of force damage.
Can I uncanny dodge it?
To 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an attack. I don't think you can dodge it, actually.
Okay. I will just duck down and get some cover if I can.
Okay.
From the debris.
You should be the one looking for Lulu. With your perception.
Okay, I will look for Lulu.
Okay, so make your perception check.
You get an advantage with your glasses, right?
Indeed, but he is poisoned. Does poison
affect? A straight roll.
Yeah.
I'm not poisoned.
Wait, Jax is poisoned?
No.
Not poisoned, frightened, excuse me. I do beg your pardon.
Now that we're on the outside, though, is the source, but I guess that's different.
It's not.
Actually, Sean said we had 30 feet of visibility, and we're now 70 feet away from
That's
even the
true. You cannot see the thing, so you do not.
Condition would drop.
No, you're still frightened.
It says until you leave sight of it.
Dragons might be a little different.
Special kind of unless it's a special type of frighten.
It's magic frighten.
Is
frightened condition?
Is it
just
an
a
ability
straight
check?
frightened condition. You leave sight.
Is
You're not
perception an ability check?
I'm not scared anymore.
So
I don't see it. It can't hurt me.
It is just an effect, a frightened effect that lasts for 1 minute. It does not seem to be dependent on other types of frightened. So you are frightened for 1 minute until you save.
So it's perception.
So it's is it the frightened condition where while the source of fear is within line of sight? Does that still apply?
He was saying it's the timed.
Yeah, it's a 1 minute thing.
You start running, and even if you can't see it, you just keep running.
Right, because if it implies the frightened condition, as long as you can't see it, if it gets back in your sight in that minute, you would have the disadvantage. I think that's the way I would understand it. But
all right,
up to medium here.
Is it? Is it, Peter?
Always.
All right, that does make sense to me actually. So. You've moved beyond its ability to see, beyond your ability to see it. If you move back into your ability to see it within this minute, which we're about maybe 4 rounds into, I have to look, but then you will resume your frightened condition. So you do not need to make saving throws unless you want to. Might as well keep making them, but you're not frightened at the moment. So. To answer your question, Jax, yes, perception would be an ability check, and it would apply to the frightened ability condition would apply to it. However, you are not frightened, so.
I rolled a 16.
A 16. Let me see here. Where would she be?
I am wondering, though, if when you click frightened in the conditions, I wonder if it automatically does as a disadvantage for you. It's because it doesn't say it.
I haven't seen it coming up.
No.
Would you get advantage because of your glasses?
No, it's investigation.
Oh, okay.
But it's really weird. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to do it for you.
No, we thought it would do though.
All right, because of the limited visibility with a 30 feet, you are not able to see her.
Okay.
Anything else from you, Jax?
Just ducking down, trying to take cover.
Okay. That will bring us to Typhon.
Gotcha. Oh boy, I'm not super good at this either. My spell isn't going to protect from this type of fear. I don't know. Don't know what to do. I will I will also just attempt to keep an eye out, re-manifest my pink Lulu beacon if that needs to happen, but otherwise
I think it's still up.
I think it's
right?
still up.
Yeah.
Not good at this. 5 for perception.
5.
so-
You do not see it.
All right.
Again, you only have 30 feet, so it would be a truly amazing feat of perception in order to see Lulu.
Can we also just start yelling out? That's the
Sure.
other thing I will do is actually, well, no. I thought of something now that as you talked about that, I was thinking about minor illusion to make, it's not thaumaturgy, but to boost my voice as I yell for her.
It
But-
could help.
Okay. If you'll allow me that, that's fine. If it's next turn, also fine. So
Okay. Typhon's voice booms out a bit louder, thanks to minor illusion. What do you say?
I said, just Lulu, look for the pink color. That's it.
All right, Persephone. Falkrunn, you're on deck.
Persephone.
There are people in here other than me that really love you.
Persephone is totally dumbfounded, and she spends her turn calling out for Lulu and also yelling at Silas that we can't leave Lulu behind. And that's what she does.
All right, roll your wisdom check to see if you throw off the effects of the dragon fear. Oh! With it out of sight, you're able to catch your breath. And incidentally, those of you who pass this, you are immune to this dragon's particular brand of fear for 24 hours.
Right back toward that dragon, Silas.
Hey, wait.
Don't do it.
Anything else, Persephone?
No.
You have yet to take an action.
I suppose I'll hold an action. I guess I can do a perception check.
You can.
Which will be wasted, but why not?
It's going to be a natural 20. I can feel it.
I got another 21. But
You see the faintest glimmer of gold through the mist.
can you ping where I see it? Oh man. Well, I point crazily when I see it.
All right. Excellent. That will bring us to Falkrunn.
All right, Falkrunn immediately is going to go over to Silas, and she's going to channel divinity to get him back up. So, where are you at, buddy?
Oh, are you doing a heal?
Oh, yeah, I'm giving you some heals.
Okay, well, I'm poisoned, and I look about half what I could look.
Yeah.
A little more than half. A little more than half of healthy.
A little more than half of... Wait, a little more than half of healthy?
A little more than half of healthy.
Okay. So, if I'm correct, so my preserve life, it says I can restore up to 35 within 30 feet, up to half of a creature's HP max. So that means, technically...
Yeah.
Before you do that, let me do this.
Okay.
Silas and Jax, I believe we did roll for you. Typhon, you take 4 points of force damage. Persephone, you take 3 points of force damage. And now Falkrunn, you take 2 points of force
You're
damage.
being
I haven't
pummeled
taken
about
any
the
yet.
face
I
and neck.
Eastlin, you take 3 points of force damage.
Thank you.
Is anyone
So-
concentrating on any spells?
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
That will bring us to Falkrunn and your action.
There it is. All right then. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit of cure wounds there. So at the second level, cast that, and you get 11 bonus ouchies given back to you.
A total of 11. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So just as a point of clarity, when that bone devil hit me, it took away over half, and then I second winded just to get me back over that hump. So
Right. Oh, yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
exaggerating. One more shot.
I heard you
One
take
more
a
good
hit,
shot
you're
would have
like-
taken me out.
You're like, oh god.
Bone devils are no joke.
Oh yeah, no, the bastards. And then, so was it? And Persephone was the only one who perceived where Lulu was, right? Or can we
Yes,
all...
but she is pointing her out. She has seen her, so you know that you now have a chance to grab her in whatever form that plan takes.
I immediately summon Steve the Hammer and send him like straight up into the sky towards where she's pointing to sort of be like, "Come to me, right here, Lulu." So, to sort of give her a
Smart.
So I will say, based on what you have seen of the other creatures, she is likely to have very little control over.
because she can't physically grab Steve, right? Steve is just a spectral hammer.
It's
right?
so it's like a physical strength thing rather than a speed thing.
Correct.
Okay. Because she hella fast.
She's hella fast.
Yeah.
Is it spinning in our direction? Is that what I'm seeing by this thing?
Yes. You are moving with it. Anything else from you, Falkrunn?
Nope, and that'll be it for me.
All right. Eastland, we already rolled your d4, so...
Okay. I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I don't have a great range, but if she gets close, I'm going to try to grab her and pull her in. Spectral Floating Hand, is that something that can be seen?
So is that, are you casting it and hoping she comes closer, or are you holding it to cast it if she comes closer?
Because it lasts a minute. I'm gonna hold it, and my action will be to grab her if she comes within range.
And the range is
30 feet.
30 feet. So you are holding Mage Hand for if Lulu gets in to be 30 feet. What do you intend to do with Mage Hand, just out of curiosity?
Just grab her and pull her in.
Unfortunately, Mage Hand cannot do that. Mage Hand cannot affect a living creature in that way.
Oh.
You also wouldn't be able to cast it inside her invulnerability thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can do nothing. I'm useless.
Very well.
Ready an attack in case somebody shows up?
I mean, yeah, that's basically all I can do.
All right, so readying attack in case something shows up. Black Dragon. This is not a young Black Dragon. It is a ancient Black Dragon. You see nothing. Never mind. That brings us to the top of the round with Silas.
Okay, I couldn't see myself, sorry.
You take 1 point of force damage.
Of course. Okay, so I heard everyone concerned that I was now leaving Lulu, and I observed Persephone directing traffic, and other people seem to be turning and doing odd things. I am going to hard right, such to be pointed this way. If this was a car, I'd be Tokyo drifting.
Got it. Love it.
Right? I'm, slam on the brakes, hit it hard, and as the old man told Lightning McQueen, if you turn left hard enough, you'll find yourself going right. Can I see Lulu?
Okay.
We're in hell.
Because you said that there's 30 feet of visibility.
There's 30 feet of visibility. A perception check has the potential to see her because she is quite bright.
Okay, before you go further,
okay,
were people pointing look, or were they pointing look? Persephone saw Lulu. Is Lulu on the ground? Or was Persephone pointing
So,
up?
Lulu, the only person who has seen Lulu is Persephone. Persephone has perceived her that she is in the air being buffeted by the wind. She pointed and called out loudly. If you saw her point, you would have seen a point that looks like it's going into the air. Now, if you wish to do anything with your ability as a driver, that is your turn. That is your action. So you have moved. I will give you the drift for free, but you need to tell me what you're doing.
I'm using the wind, right? I'm trying to position it so that everyone can see Lulu, and if she was close to the ground, if only we had a rope attached to the vehicle. But
if you do not use your action to do something with the vehicle, it's going to continue moving in the direction that you last drove it.
So further away from Lulu.
Yes.
So you have to go.
You will now be moving. You'll be drifted like this, but you're going to move another 100 feet.
So then I will continue the right turn.
Okay.
So I would have effectively, I've not actually moved, but somehow I've turned the direction that I'm facing. Let's
D&D
see how
physics,
much the DM interprets that.
D&D physics, got it.
I'm guessing that's like a half my movement kind of thing.
Nope, just turning around is...
Just I whip it, drift a little bit, come on back in. It's somebody make a fast in the Luluus or something. Come on, where are the puns? Where are the puns tonight?
I've avernished the puns out of everybody.
And then I'm gonna drive in that direction which people were pointing. I'm cool if you tell me a random dice as far as the exact direction because it's
that'll work. So because you're moving against the wind now, you move out of the force damage area. You are only able to move 50 feet.
That now puts me within 50 feet of Lulu. So
correct.
It still would take anyone here perception to see, except maybe Persephone, who's already spotted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for me. Let me do a quick check. Because the visibility is so bad, that's it for me.
All right. So now it is Lulu's turn. First of all, we will see if she sees. She does not. So she continues to fly.
Are we still glowing the banner of goodness? Lulu?
I just checked to see if she perceived that. She did not. So she goes with the wind, just coming around, and as she breaks the 30 feet threshold, you all see her. And she sees all of you and immediately turns around and begins flying against the wind, slowing her speed until she is parallel with you all. That is her turn. Jax.
I will pull off my cloak, tie it to my rope, and throw it up to her and hold the end of the rope. All
right, so you've created sort of a tether flying in the wind. Got it. Typhon.
That's for her to grab, if she can.
How close is she?
She is 20 feet.
Talk loud!
You hear her yelling in the wind.
It's fun, isn't it?
Doppler effect.
This feels bad. She's just taken her turn.
Oh, I could have tried.
Oh, I have.
Tied it
What's
off.
that?
Could have tied off my rope and climbed up the rope.
Yeah, I have no idea. I will. I was gonna try and thorn whip her to me, but she has that aura.
That'd still work.
Even just
Yeah.
the mechanics of it wouldn't work. Like
No, because I can't target her.
Right.
Oh.
I will.
Do it.
I mean, if all is bad, I will hold an action. I will tell Lulu. I'm sorry. It will only hurt a little, but it will bring you closer to us. Please suppress the field. I can pull you closer.
And I assume you used you said this very loudly.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Persephone. There is a rope that is flying out there, and it is long enough. It is flying around her.
Yeah.
If she
Okay.
makes an
Door up,
attack
grab her.
action, she should be able to grab it.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to steady it, to like hold
Very
the rope
good.
as hard toward her as I can.
It
Nice.
goes rigid as you are holding it with Mage Hand. However, the aura is infected. She has yet to drop the aura. So you cast Mage Hand. It continues to blow in the wind.
Does it make it like go away like I never cast it, or like if she drops her
If she
aura,
drops it, it will come back.
then I will just keep holding it, hoping that she figures out drop it. Or
Yes.
hears
I'll have to look that
Typhon.
one up.
And I'll yell out too. Drop your aura. Drop the aura.
All right. Falkrunn.
Is it possible for me to cast guidance using Steve?
No.
I didn't think so. Just thought I'd try.
Steve is still there, seemingly unaffected by the wind.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful hammer, you. All right, so
It's a bitchin' hammer.
I'm trying to keep Steve sort of like near enough to Lulu that like she sees him, but not inside her anti-magic bubble. So
Got
it just
it.
goes. So just that she knows that we're here, and then I'm gonna use Steve to sort of like gesture towards the rope, so that it's like.
Okay.
And then I can't steady it or
Who's going to be a hero? Come on.
Silas, are you still poisoned?
I am indeed.
Oh, okay, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and use lesser restoration on you, and that'll.
Well, that's very sweet.
A useful use of lesser restoration.
Yeah.
How about that?
My goodness.
The poison fades as the divine power of Ilmater burns it from your veins, Silas.
And yeah, that's Falkrunn. I don't know.
Islan?
Dude, I don't know.
Oh, come on, guys. Don't give up.
Now
We're not giving up.
This is specifically, this is a puzzle. I've seen it online. This is a very specific puzzle. We have to leapfrog each other while having a rope attached to a vehicle.
Surprised Eastland's suggestion wasn't to shoot Lulu with a just in the leg or something.
Kill
sort of
her.
a little.
That's kind of what
Cut
I'm
her
doing.
wings
I know,
off. She'll
but yeah,
fall.
I can't pull her. I have nothing to pull. The only thing I can do is like cast disguise self to turn into a bigger Hierophant to just really inspire her to come to the car. I have nothing, you guys. I have nothing.
Oh, you're making yourself a mama fawn.
Well, here's something. Can you do the help action to someone?
Oh, yeah. Okay, who would that be most effective with?
Nobody's doing anything. There's nobody to help.
But if some
I'm
an idea man. Damn it.
I will. Let's see. I can help Typhon with his attack. Well, this is probably the most logical.
I got something really important to
can't,
add.
actually.
Right. There is someone holding the rope, okay? I don't know if you guys have realised, but it's the smallest guy in the party. And probably
I
the
will
weakest.
help you with the rope.
There we go.
all right.
She'll probably grab it and we'll both go,
Don't forget,
"Whee!"
Island is deceptively heavy.
Yes.
Islan, you are still frightened.
Yes, I am.
Although you don't have to worry about the effects because you cannot see the dragon. Although you can certainly hear it as it is roaring, and you see shadows and sort of muted-looking explosion-like things happening inside the eye of this thing. Something is going down in the eye.
That's the end of my turn.
That will bring us to Silas.
Well, okay. I don't have anything interesting to do either. But I'm not poisoned anymore. So, is Lulu's aura still... She's still radiant in the
It
midst
is.
of all this
She will not be able
garbage?
to bring it down until her turn.
Okay, yeah, understood. I'm just clarifying. So, and is she, because she's now close to us, is she actually up in the air? Is she actually
is.
only 10 feet away, or is she diagonally
Now,
10 feet?
there's no square of the
30 feet?
hypotenuse in D&D 5th edition.
I'm not
so
trying to figure it out. I'm just asking if she's
10 feet
on the
is
same
10
plane.
feet. If it's
Okay.
10 feet away if it's level, or 10 feet away if it's high. It does not affect the rules at all.
Grab the
So,
rope.
10 feet.
So technically, if she's 10 feet away, I could stab her with my spear, right?
You could.
That's
Grab the rope. I'll go out on
joke.
the rope.
He's got to drive, man.
Well, right now it's in park.
Did you park it?
Well, no, I'm driving against the wind.
You are driving
straight.
against the wind, and it will continue to drive against the wind
Against the
unless you
wind.
do something else.
No, at this point, I have to consider kicking it into reverse just so that
So we,
we're paralleling Lulu.
yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, keep us as close to her as possible.
So it is currently my turn, and then it's going to be very quickly her turn. How strong is this wind? Is this wind, because I'm in a giant vehicle, she's a little elephant flying through.
It's very
Is
strong.
this-
It appears to be moving faster than she can fly, so that if she is not flying against it, it will actually move her around.
I'm saying even if she's flying against it, is she at quarter speed, or is she
she's at half speed. So
Okay.
So this is all happening simultaneously. However,
Yes.
in this turn thing, you have the ability to move in front of her, going with the wind, so that when she has her turn, she comes
No,
over you.
I'm seeing all sorts of options. I'm just trying to determine. I don't want it to be like, I'll come and get you, and then I kick the hat further down the lane.
Right.
You know, I don't want to make.
I
a
will say
chaplain
that if
hat
you
out of
do
her.
that, there will be a roll necessary for her to get back on, either by
Right.
grabbing the rope or by somebody grabbing her. But
Everyone's
We're-
like, I got her. No, I got her. I got her.
then I'm going to. Do these things have reverse?
yeah, hell of a time to ask. Why isn't this working?
I'm going to ignore D&D physics and assume that I can't just magically change direction, taking no movement whatsoever, driving against the wind. So I would beg the DM's indulgence. Perhaps I could make a wisdom check or something, or my driving proficiency to tell how best I could whip this thing around to land in front of her.
No check is needed. You have the
Okay.
ability to do it.
Okay, then I'll do that. I'm going to wind up driving right over. I want to land next to Steve.
All right, so you look, you judge the distance, you judge the speed, you see how fast you're moving against the wind, and you kick it into reverse, but moving just fast enough as you see her moving out of, just moving further away as you move in front of her and right into the line that she is going to go. She will pass right over you at a height of 10 feet. This rope blowing in the wind like a giant flag. Silas, that is your turn.
That's it.
Lulu, still fighting against the wind, moves over you and has one chance to grab the rope. However, as she does, she closes her eyes, suppressing the effects of her aura of invulnerability. I believe there are some held actions that need to be done.
Sorry, Lulu. I attack her at 24.
My mage hand just should kick in because I've been holding it there the whole time.
Okay, so Mage Hand comes in and grabs on the rope. However, Typhon's scorpion goes up and digs into Lulu's throat. She goes, "Ah!" And then he brings her down onto the scavenger. And how much damage did you do, Typhon?
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
God.
Okay.
Killer.
Can we go now?
Yup.
Silas, get us the hell out of here.
So,
It will in 7 turns.
does anybody have anything they wish to do between now and
Yeah,
Silas's
I'll
turn?
pull my
I want to
cloak
heal
back
her.
in.
Okay, you pull your rope back in. Tess,
Get a-
you...
Get a little
We'll just go in
vial
order.
of-
First, Jax on the turn.
Okay.
I pull my cloak and my rope back in.
Very well. You have your rope and your cloak back.
Apparently the only rope we have in the party.
Get a little vial of Hollyphant blood.
Persephone. Sure, go for it. Persephone could be worth something to the right person. Persephone, you said something about healing?
Please, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her.
Okay.
And hold her wings down. Keep her tight.
All right, that's back up. She's like,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Did you
and
see that thing? That's what I saw
yeah,
up in the sky.
yeah, this is bad.
Really scary. Let's go. Can we go?
Yes.
Let's go. Okay.
Oh,
that brings
For
us
it.
to everybody. Jax, you're still under the effects of the frightened spell. However, Silas, you now have nothing keeping you here.
All right, then I'm going to shoot. I'm going with the wind, trying to hope that it will scurry me along rather than driving against it. I'm going to try to punch out the other side of this thing,
Very well.
directly across from where we came in.
It's perpendicular. Just
Just
you go right up.
Right up.
There is nothing keeping you from punching out of this aspect of the Hellstrom. However, you look back and you see the wall of this eye, realizing that if you had wished to cross over into the eye or out, it would have been a far different story. However, you move 100 feet, and then 100 feet more. And as you finish that second 100 feet, you come out the other side and watch as this thing moves past you and beyond. And you are now in the open fields of Avernus, looking at this trail of destruction that has been wrought in this path, leading out 500-foot wide path of churned up dust, dirt, rock. You see wreckage, you see bodies.
I search for
I'm
dead
looking
goblins.
for something specific.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to see that other vehicle and the goblins. If it's within range of sight, which at this point, with the description, it's like walking at the aftermath of a tornado, I might be able to see 5 feet in one direction and 3 miles in the other.
The air is clear. However, while you are driving, any perceptions or investigations will be at disadvantage. But there is nothing living in sight. If you want to make this check while driving, you are welcome to. In fact, all of you are perceptions or investigations, whichever you prefer. Or you can have Silas stop, and you can all do it at not
Stop.
disadvantage.
Let's loot up.
Actually, not a bad idea.
So we're clear of the storm.
Yeah.
We're clear of the storm. You
It's
see this,
heading in the direction that we are going away from.
Yes,
I hit the
indeed.
brakes.
and as you stop, you see it go further and further away, and it becomes more and more hard. It's harder and harder to perceive it as actually being a storm, and more easier to realize, to understand why you saw it as a landform first, because it is enormous. And so I will need all of those perception or investigation checks. Your choice.
Just from
Starting at the top, or starting with, we'll go with Jax first.
Didn't do it. Oh, I did it. 16 investigation.
16 investigation. All right. Typhon.
14.
Eastlin. 12.
12.
Falkrunn.
Investigation or perception, correct?
Either. Yep.
I rolled an 18 for my perception.
Very good. Persephone.
10.
10. And Silas.
12.
All right.
Well, all right then.
With the 18, you do think you see something that looks like a little green
Was there a
child's hand.
guidance still in effect somewhere?
Ooh.
Little green child's hand sticking out of some wreckage.
Dig it out.
Over there.
You
Drive in that direction.
drive over to it, you sift through the wreckage, and you find a goblin pelted by dozens and dozens of pieces of wreckage. It's got one large one sticking out of its neck.
Can
Does
we
not
use,
appear to be that does not appear to be the one that you are looking for.
Can
However,
we use the set down the thing and use our scavenger hook to move other pieces of wreckage and look for more smushed goblins?
you can.
Hell yeah.
So, who is going to do that?
I mean,
Someone with proficiency,
I
maybe.
say Falkrunn wants to use it just because she's been itching to, but I imagine
Come on, that's like
Silas will be-
stonework, right?
Silas will be the best one to do that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Is that a proficiency with a vehicle? Was that?
It is.
Yeah, how would the check work?
Yeah, that's kind of a weird one.
It's not really a graceful maneuver, but
No,
As
it's
can
not.
attest, I am really good at the claw machine in terms of.
Is
Claw.
How would this work? I'm going to say that it will give you advantage on your perception checks.
That's not super awesome. I'll take the advantage on my perception checks, and maybe some of those people that also are good at perception can try that.
Yeah,
but
I'll
I
do it.
will give that a shot.
So I get
Rolling
advantage, yeah?
12 as the high.
so
12
then
is it
all of us
high?
get a perception
Oh
check
my
since Silas
God.
doesn't. Is that what you're
Yep.
saying? Oh, okay.
He was successful in. I mean, he was able to use to move it. He was able to use his perception to tell which parts he needed to move.
Okay.
While it was a low DC, he was able to do it. So the rest of you are now able to roll at advantage with your perceptions.
Oh, Persephone with that 21.
Kind of clearing the space. Other people can see or hear things. Falkrunn. Ooh.
With 25 on that roll.
Wow. Well, that'll do it. Very high DC, but at 25, you have found as much of the remnants of this, these poor goblins and their vehicle as it is to be found, including their leader. Started
He
with
had a
D.
name and a backstory, and a personality, and
Dirtzel.
interesting stories.
Name was Robert Paulson.
Dursel, looking wide-eyed. But as you look at it, at this goblin, the headdress that it is wearing detaches and begins to
Oh my god.
start to
full of fire.
move away as
Jax,
the tentacles
not
has it moving away from this dead goblin.
Typhon? Seems like you might.
Yeah, may I kill that thing?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm interested in what that
I
means.
am moving to kill it. I am moving in a threatening manner towards the creature.
Is it a creature?
Shoot.
Not any knowledge checks? Nature?
we trap it?
Look.
Make a nature check.
I intend to stab it.
Wait,
15.
Silas, it's not attacking any of us. Not yet.
There is no
Did
way
earlier.
this thing should be alive. It does not seem to have enough of whatever it is. And now that you look at it closely, you can see it is part of a mind flayer. But it has been removed. It is not the head of a mind flayer. It's just pieces, parts that have been used to construct this headband.
I've
And we
seen
kill
this before. It's a mind flayer. I've met a few.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Look.
Wait,
okay.
but I want to know what it does. Made that goblin
It mind flays.
something else.
It just took over its brain.
Yeah, Isla is looking at you very curiously, Typhon. And she's like, "This is not something to trifle with." Dear.
I am standing by. If a point comes when actions are taken, I will be stabbing it.
Falkrunn hits it with the warhammer.
So
All right, make an
Falkrunn
attack.
is also making it. So that's what I'm saying. I was ready to attack it. I wanted to indulge the
26 to
DM.
hit.
There's a of dust. You bring it up.
Yep.
Get away from it. Let's just leave it.
It's a
It
magical
continues
item.
to move.
You can't
Which
hurt it.
direction is it moving, Sean? Towards or away?
It just seems to be crawling out of this pit that has been formed by the claw that removed the debris.
I'm going to use my Hellfire short sword
Okay.
to mask.
Roll an attack.
Somehow I was moving to attack it, and then everybody else did first.
I was
So
gonna
Oh,
say,
sorry.
20
You
to hit.
first. You first, Silas. I apologize.
I see now. Yes, you're 20. With a 20, you do also hit.
It's magic.
A
You-
magical warhammer hit it.
You pierce it,
Yeah.
I'm pinning it down.
and
It's
it's
pinned.
stuck. It is not moving, but you have done no damage.
But did my blade penetrate it?
Nope.
No.
You're holding it in place.
Come on,
holding it in
Done
place.
No damage.
let me wear it.
Jax.
No.
No.
And then a Hellfire short sword
Hellfire
has
short sword.
advantage because it's being held.
A
Indeed.
magical +1 warhammer hit it for 26. It didn't
Okay,
do
so
anything.
27.
27 to hit. You
That's
hit
a
it. I
hit.
bet.
Roll your damage.
21 damage.
Jesus.
I'm in 5 feet. Does that sneak attack?
It's engaged, I would assume, right? Like it's held and
This is not a creature. It has no discernible anatomy. However, you feel like you might have done some damage to it. You could see a little crack in the metal part of the headband that has the needles that come out.
Is it to the point where it's restrained enough that one could identify it?
Yes.
Oh, that's a hard yes. Can I do that?
If the party will allow you to.
yeah.
I will
I'm
argue that
holding it in
is-
place. That's
Okay,
all I'm doing.
yeah.
If everybody else wants to like gang on it, then okay. But I'm just trying to hold it.
Calamari, anybody?
Rotten.
I don't speak
Ew.
Dwarven.
Let's try and identify it then safely, just touching like the very corner of the part that doesn't have grabby spikes or tentacles.
As you touch it, you hear a voice in your head, Typhon.
Oh, good.
Someone with intelligence. Perhaps we will be able to do something a little bit more interesting than that idiot that I was warned by previously.
Let's see about that.
I can
Show
sense
me
your-
what you do.
can sense great intellect in you. I can enhance that. Make you access parts of your brain that you did not even realize you had. The cost is minimal.
Sorry, I can't hear this.
It's a good pitch, but hush now. I'm identifying you.
Indeed. It has been some time.
You identify that by sacrificing 2 points of constitution, you can have a 20 intelligence wearing this headdress.
Interesting.
There may be other effects.
That aren't able to be identified.
Correct. At this
All right.
point, at this moment.
Cool.
You sense it is resisting the identify, giving you enough to intrigue you. Wants to get to know you better.
Do it.
You've seen it cast a spell. It has not revealed that information to you.
Wasn't that a high level spell?
It's a
Isn't
5th
that
level scorching ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cast by a goblin of all things. So
Interesting. Well, Typhon is gonna have to think about this a little bit, as does the player playing Typhon. I do apologize. I'm getting a little close to.
I know. I understand. We're going to wrap this up very quickly.
Jack says, "Do it, you pussy."
Jax
Do I
can't
have to make the
actually
decision
hear that
right now?
happening.
It seems like your
attend
party is
to it?
going to destroy it, so we can certainly say that this is the end of our session and give you a week of
I know they
suspended
speak
animation
to you.
to consider.
I've spoke to them all the time. Not anymore.
I mean, well, I would want to.
I will say this: your
Consult and
identify,
talk about it
your
a bit more, so,
identify
yeah.
spell has definitely identified that there is more than what you have identified here. So it is not, you're giving up 2 points of constitution and getting a 20 intelligence, but there is more to be gained as well.
So, with a strange thing pinned down at the end of a magic spear, trying to crawl away, speaking in Typhon's mind, surrounded by debris and broken bodies.
I couldn't have said it better myself.